I was calling this. I am actually... what failure notice? Don't give me that crap right now. I don't know why that's there. All right. As you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you may know, those who have been following me for any amount of time, I have a son who is 18 years old now, and that son has created a board game called Masters of Mayhem, and it's time. It's time. Did he just say it's time? We didn't have a lot of fun in the desert, but you know what we had? We had time to launch this game tonight. It is 12:47 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so we wanted to get as much of a full first day as possible with the old 24-hour, you know, or at least the way it works on Indiegogo. What your 30th day, it ends at midnight. So even if you started yours on the first day at 11:30, that first day would only be 30 minutes, right? So I wanted to try to give him a full 24-hour first day. I hope that's the same way it works on Kickstarter. Don't know. Don't use Kickstarter. Don't like Kickstarter. But the gaming community is on Kickstarter. So there's my son now, Elijah. Say hello, Elijah. Let's jump over to my channel and see if anybody's even bothering to watch me. Oh, whoa. Somebody's tumbling in here making all kinds of noise. What is that? Thomas, is that you?
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Ethan.
Hold on.
Hold on. Wait,
okay, here we go. No, I had to put it through my headphones.
Oh, all right.
It was coming through the speaker, and you're like, Ethan, and then Andrew would have been like, what the hell's going on down there? Like, it's just Mike, honey, and he won't be quiet.
It's just Mike. I know. Such a noisy guy I am.
I keep telling you.
Let me grab your... Where is it? Chrome Hangout. Turn that on. Bing. Where's Chrome Hangout? Hello. There you are. All right.
What's Chrome Hangout?
Chrome Hangout. That's what you're in. You're hanging out in Chrome.
Oh.
I in OBS, and you're gonna have to start using OBS soon. You realize that, right?
Yeah. I know.
So you better start the learning process.
I'm learning.
Let me turn that off. All right. How was your 4th, buddy?
It was good. It was good, man.
Excellent. Good to hear. You know what I'm doing here right now?
You're launching an Indiegogo camp, a Kickstarter.
A Kickstarter. I'm launching my son's board game.
I had to do it.
It had to be on Kickstarter because there's like no gamers on Indiegogo.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's all on Kickstarter.
The most funded Indiegogo board game thing is just like some models for like a D&D set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's Kickstarter or nothing, unfortunately. So here, let me play this. Let me play this commercial so people can hear how cool. Hold on, where is it? There it is.
Mike, are you letting people join your channel? Are you offering memberships?
Dude, all I do is live stream. Wouldn't that? Don't you think that would kill me?
No.
Let's talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
All right, here.
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well, spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple. By causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start the apocalypse today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and or limbs lost during gameplay.
So that's it. That is Masters of Mayhem, my son's first of hopefully many board games. What do you think, Ethan?
I'm amazed.
Pretty cool, huh?
I think it looks great. Yeah, looks like fun.
Yeah,
and it's a funny commercial.
It is. It's actually really fun. I mean, we've play tested it a lot with the deck that he has already, and so hopefully we'll be able to get him paid enough to pay rent or something. I don't know.
That's right. That's a good idea.
Enough to fund the next one.
Fund the next one. That's right. That's right. Build a career out of making games. This isn't the only game he and we and the kids and stuff have come up with. There's just this one's all him though.
Right.
Nuts to bolts. Nuts to bolts. Matthew Lemon says, "Can you play single player?"
You can if you want to pretend to be other people.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a game called Solitaire. You might try that. Super fun. I've played this too much, says Thomas Carvalho. Yeah, that's Thomas's is Elijah's buddy. Fun the next one, pay rent. Mike play tested it with a whole crew of Nassers. I don't.
Nasser of me.
I don't think that's accurate. So what's going on in your neck of the woods, buddy?
Oh, I'm just up and working. Every now and then I go outside and I save frogs from the pool.
You need like a little a frog alert. Frog alert.
Yeah. Mm.
We could put it up on Kickstarter.
But these little toads are getting into the pool, and you just go out there, and it's all dark. But I turn the pool lights on, and you just see little legs kicking, and you know, and you're like, oh, come here. And when they see me, they come right to me. You know, they're in the pool. They kick over to me, and I put my hand down. They hop into my hand, and I'm just like, "Let me save you." And that's what I've been doing. And then I'm drawing some stuff.
I don't know. Sounds like a full-time job.
Yeah, rescuing frogs and drawing frogs. It's all frogs. That's what I care about.
It's all about the frogs.
Masters of Mayhem, Mike.
Masters of Mayhem.
On Kickstarter, only available on Kickstarter. I just think that I'm doing a board game too. I'm going to put it on Indiegogo. I hope it works. Now I'm worried that it might not work.
Yeah, I'm in a a Discord board game group, and a lot of people there say that you should. Like 90% of the board game audience is on Kickstarter.
Wow.
So it's probably what you want to do if you want to have a successful one. But I think it really depends on your audience.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you may actually bring a board game audience to Indiegogo with you, Ethan. But I don't think my son's doing that.
Oh yeah. Well, do you have social? He has his own YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, but he only has a couple hundred subs.
A couple hundred people that are all in Comicsgate.
He just does Comicsgate videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You snipe mail-in stream. Oh, is mail-in streaming? Sorry, John.
That's not what sniping is.
No,
sniping is when you go over there and we watch his stream on your stream.
Right, right.
Coinciding there's nothing wrong with that, Mike. You didn't do anything wrong.
All right. Should we snipe John's stream?
Well, we could. We could go look at his stream. You've got 36 people watching now. I think you only had 10 people when the video first played. So maybe you should tell people about the game again. And can they back it now?
Yeah, they can back it now. The link is in the description. It says "Get Mom Here," right underneath where it says Elijah is launching Masters of Mayhem. and we wanted to get a full 24-hour first day. So here we go. Yeah, that was what I was saying. Is like, man, you can only, like, if you launch at 11:30, you only get 30 minutes of that first day, because you know what I mean.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they count that as day one, and then you only get your 29 days after that, which kind of sucks.
Well, you've already got one backer.
I do? I mean, he does?
Yeah.
Nice. Was that you?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, I haven't backed it yet because I'm talking to you, but I will. I will back it.
Woo! Drink.
Who backed
Oh,
it?
wait, you don't drink. I'll drink. I'll drink to that.
Wait, who backed it?
I don't know. How do you tell who backed it?
I don't think you can tell. Well, maybe, if you
I
look in your email.
Oh, he can tell.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just got a notification. Juan. Oh,
Th-
wait. I just got 2 people.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Well, thank you,
Here it
Juan
goes.
Ricardo.
and Ricardo. Thank you, Juan and Ricardo. Oh, that was Muerta. Thank
Yeah,
you, Muerta.
Thank you.
This is good news. So what's the bigger tier? You get $140. You get the beta testing pack.
Yeah, so
Extra unique cards.
so that's going to have cards that aren't actually going to be in the final game. Some of the cards in there are just like ideas I had. They're still fun ideas, but I'm not going to be actually putting them in the game. But
Are you putting the Chuck Norris one in there?
Yeah, I don't know if that's legal, so I don't think that's going to be in there.
Well, if it's a testing card, you can probably put it in there. It's not that you're not actually publishing that. It's just a testing card. So they could be extremely.
I'm going to have to look into that. But yeah, also, as if you're in the beta testing tier, I'm going to have a private group where you're going to be invited to be in, and you can suggest ideas to the game that I might put in, and you'll have it like a hand in actually developing the game further.
Plus,
Okay.
you get an early version of the game, so you don't have to wait until December.
Right,
You said
right.
December, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
that can
great.
probably go out as soon as you're done with the first. How long does it take to order the first?
It should take at least about a month to get the materials, and then after that, it depends on the shipping after that.
All right. Well. All right. Cool. Cool. Chuck would never sue. He's cool, says the Fire Dragon. Yes, you've got 2 pledges. Look, it says $150. Should we play the video again?
Yeah, of course.
All right, let me see. Da 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 da. This is such a great.
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well, spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple. By causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Oh, look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. Abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start the apocalypse today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and/or limbs lost during gameplay.
All right, so actually there are only 25 slots available for the beta.
That right now. I forgot.
Oh, you didn't put the limited?
It's still, I can edit it.
All right, let's see. I'm going to type Masters of Mayhem into Google.
Oh, dude, the first name. What was the other name? Masters of Disaster. Yeah, he
Masters
had it
of
all
Mayhem.
set up as Masters of Disaster, and then he discovered, oh, there's a game called Masters of Disaster.
Masters of Mayhem is something about the honey badgers. So you have to put in the Kickstarter. That's great. Who made this video? What a great video.
Elijah edited it. The animation was by I'm drawing a blank. Xevious, member of the community.
Oh yeah.
He might even be in our chat. I'm not sure.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah, and then Xevious had a friend who was a voice actor. You might recognize that guy's voice from like McDonald's commercials and stuff like that. But yeah, he got him to do that. So
Yeah, outstanding.
pretty cool little commercial package. If everybody could like and share this, and then share the link to Masters of Mayhem, that would be awesome. He's a shame to the Miller name. What?
Because you only have 2 tiers
Oh.
rather than 100 million. You know.
I was trying to think of more tiers, but I'm kind of limited with that.
Yeah, because games are really expensive to produce. His profit margin is slim.
Oh,
so
got another backer.
we were like trying to come up with an early bird special tier. Ooh, yeah! Someone just backed a big one.
No, this is
No,
another
it's
75.
another normal.
Thank you.
Whatever, man. 225.
Wait, I don't know if they want me to disclose their names.
It should say on there.
It says on there.
It says whether or not. It should say whether or not.
I don't think you can. Can you hide your name when you back on Kickstarter?
I don't know.
Can I borrow your credit card?
It was Will B. He's in the chat. Thank you, Will.
Dankeschön.
Did you fix the?
Yeah,
Tier?
I fixed it. You should.
Okay, so there are only 25 beta testing packs available. This isn't supposed to be, for everybody. So, yay, 3 backers. 3 backers.
That's more than 0.
It's like 3 times 0. Wait.
Well, I mean, it's 4 in the morning on the East Coast.
It
know?
is.
So it's gonna pick up. I know, and it's also late where you are. It's 1 a.m.
And it's 4th of July.
Yeah. Oh
But-
yeah, I did a stream. I did a live stream today. I only had I think 1,200 people at the high end. So it's people just are out.
Yeah.
But I think tomorrow I'll promote this.
Right on. Thank you, Ethan.
Sweet.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Sure. We'll see what we can do if
Hey.
it doesn't get what do you call it? Funded. Is it called funded on Kickstarter?
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like Kickstarter. I'm mad at them.
I don't.
Elijah, you know
yeah,
why, right? You know why we're mad at Kickstarter?
Yeah, didn't they kick you off?
No, they kicked your boy Zach. Diversity in comics.
That's
They,
not cool.
dishonestly, they said that his book didn't meet their standards, and they're scumbags. But that's just the video. That's the comic book section, to be honest. So
Yeah, but you know what? YouTube is scumbags too. But that's where the audience is.
dude, YouTube's demonetizing all my videos now, like automatically.
Oh my.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I have to go, okay, please review this video because it's not, it meets your standards. And then they go, yeah, sure we will. And then 15,000 views later, they'll go, yeah, you're right, it's fine.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh man, this is the game that YouTube's playing right now. That's why I decided that I'm gonna do. I saw Jeremy did this at Geeks and Gamers.
Mm-hmm.
You can have people join your channel, which is basically like just a super chat. You give $5. It's a $5 super chat per month, and the benefit of that is that you have to give people stuff for that. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to leave my live streams. I'm going to be doing daily live streams, promoting stuff. But I'm going to leave them open for 24 hours, and then I'm going to make them members only. So they'll be like a members only archive. So for $5 a month, which is pretty much what you might super chat me in one live stream, you'll get access to that. People are confused. They're like, Ethan's making us pay for his channel now. No, it's just not fair. Like what YouTube is doing is not fair, and they're making it hard to to make it profitable to be a YouTuber for anyone who's not a left winger, for anyone who isn't, So I don't know. I hope people understand. Jeremy's doing it. It's working out. It's so fun because you do live streams and there, it says this person has joined. They've become a member.
Right on.
It's something for you to think about, Mike. I think
Yeah,
that,
is that the same thing where you can have the little special emojis and stuff?
yeah, you can give people stickers. You can do all of that. I'm gonna create little Cyberfrog stickers.
It sounds like Twitch.
You know.
Sounds like Twitch.
And look at that. The Fire Dragon says the join button is YouTube cutting into Patreon profits. So it's
right.
basically a
Yeah,
Patreon
competition.
on YouTube.
It's competition. It's just like Indiegogo cutting into BackerKit by offering the the add-ons, which I
Yeah.
think is great because I don't want to use BackerKit for add-ons, and now I can just do that.
You're doing that. Are you gonna use BackerKit?
No, I'm just using add-ons.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to give somebody a discount to buy a second book, you upsell them to buy a second book with no additional shipping. I mean, I made that an add-on, so people can do that. Man, you're at cons, freaking upselling people from 1 print to 3 prints is like,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. Blacklist Universe says just open a membership, but you don't have to actually give anything extra for it. You don't have to. Yeah, like you don't have to give bonuses, but it just seems like a good idea to offer something. And keeping up, it works doubly well because keeping up live streams hurts the channel too. It's like when you keep all the live streams open, YouTube goes, how come people are clicking away from your videos all the time? Well, because they're 3-hour live streams. People don't watch all of them. They might tune in for 20 minutes and then they click away. And that sends a bad message to YouTube that people are not engaging with your material. So when you leave live streams up on YouTube, it totally hurts your algorithm. So it's another way to kind of say, all right, well, I'm going to put them over here. They'll be for members only. And people are paying to see them, which makes it profitable to keep up. And then they're off the main channel. I thought about it for a little while. I hope it will. We'll see what people say about it. If people don't like it, I'll take it down. But I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, and you got to experiment. You can't just keep doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah. Emotionally Exhausted says, Ethan, do you think that'll make it harder for YouTube to kick conservatives off their platform if they have paying members? Kinda.
Hope so.
Yeah.
So what'd you do for the 4th?
We just jammed. I mean, the thing about the new house is it's just, like I said, it's a party house. So we had some friends over. Andrea cooked ribs, which I just ate again. I just went upstairs and ate some more ribs, burgers and all that. Everybody was in the pool. We drank. We don't drink very often together, but Andrea and I had some drinks. Oh, we made pina coladas. So that was good.
Did you get caught in the rain?
Yeah, I like getting caught in the rain. And I like, what's weird about that? Mike, what is up with that song?
I know, it's the worst.
Can you imagine? You're like, I want to cheat on my wife.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna write a little article out that says, if you like pina coladas, and then it's like somebody answers your ad, like wanting to meet you and help you.
Ethan, you have to rewrite that song, but like for the Tinder generation.
It's the same thing. Like, what would you do if like you're like, okay, I'm trying to cheat on my wife, and then somebody answers your ad, and you're gonna go meet them somewhere, and it's your wife
cheating on you.
I know. Like that's the end of it's not romantic. That's the end of the marriage, right? I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
These bastards. Masters of Mayhem. Populate, expand, destroy, repeat.
Oh yeah, let's scroll through this thing.
Yeah.
Let's scroll through this thing.
All
right, here. You explain it to everybody, Elijah.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna scroll through your campaign. You explain what we're looking at.
Well, this is the picture, the GIF I made, not GIF, and it's of the board.
I'll read it. Please. Masters of Mayhem is a disaster-based population control game. In the game, your goal is to wipe out every other player's populations using a variety of natural and unnatural disasters. While all this is happening, the map is also expanding with every round. As you play the game, you discover new and strange ways to eliminate your opponents and expand your territory. Using geomagnetic storms to kill opponents trying to escape. Split the map in half with a massive earthquake. Or if it comes to it, just nuke everyone. I've been working. Well, this is Elijah's voice. I've been working. I can't do it. I always do the worst voice for Elijah. I'm like, I'm working on this. I can't do it. All right, I'm working on this game for. Here, you do it. It's your voice.
What?
Just read that part.
I've been working on this game for about a year now, and it's finally time to get it produced, and I can't read it if that's in the way. I've put in my blood, sweat, and tears, but I can't do this alone. I need you to help me get into your hands. So here's how to play the game. Your goal is to be the last color standing on the board. And so here's how to do that. Every player gets a city and 5,000 people, and everyone has to put their tiles adjacent to each other.
So one person is 5,000 people? One of those little...
Yeah,
Okay.
each of the meeples represents 5,000 people.
No, 1,000.
Right.
1,000, yeah, 1,000.
Can I breed? Can I mass breed and populate?
Yes. Well,
Really?
not you can't turn 5,000 to 5,000. Here, I'll get to it.
Okay.
Now, after everyone sets up the game by putting their tiles next to each other, it's time to start destroying everyone. So each person takes a turn playing their cards, or they can skip their turn. Like you can play black holes, nuclear strikes, zombie apocalypses, things like that on other players to try and destroy them. And now, when everyone's had a turn, a new round starts. And when the new round starts, everyone gets a new tile and a new card. And also, any city that has your people on it increases by 1,000 people. So everyone repopulates over time. And so that just keeps going on, the repopulating and the getting new cards and attacking each other until there's only one person left on the board.
Wait a second. So the maximum number of people I can have is 5,000, or
No,
can I
you can have as many people as you want on a single tile.
You get 20 meeples.
Yeah, you have a total reserve of 20 people.
20,000.
Okay.
20,000.
All right,
And so
got
that
it.
you can have it spread out all on the board. But yeah, there's a cap.
Okay.
You want to read this part? You want me to?
The idea for the game started when I was staying in a hotel with my dad and our friend. We started talking about board games my dad and I had been developing, and I brought up an idea I had. We started brainstorming, and a tangible idea started to form. A game where everyone teams up to stop overpopulation. It felt like a brilliant idea. When I finally got home, I threw together a prototype as fast as possible. I cut the paper, got little backgammon pieces, and my brother and I started to play the game. We quickly realized this game was extremely boring. That sucked. But suddenly an idea popped into my head. What if we fought each other instead of the abstract people? And thus, Masters of Mayhem was born.
So these are some of the old cards I made originally. That's basically the original prototype I made. I just grabbed some images online and some natural disasters I looked up, and I just assigned some ways you can kill people with them. And I don't know if that part's necessary.
Read this part.
Yeah. Wait, what part? I don't want to read that part.
Why?
It's so stupid. My name is Elijah Miller. I just graduated high school, and I'm looking to make some amazing board games. I've been playing video games and board games pretty much my whole life, and it's inevitable that I would eventually make one. So here it is.
No, wrong. My name is Elijah Miller. I just graduated high school, and I'm looking to make awesome board games. I've been playing video games and board games pretty much my whole life, and it was inevitable that I'd eventually make one. So here it is. How was that? Better?
It sounds like Solid Snake.
Snake!
Mike, the more I hear about this game,
Yeah.
the more I have to ask you.
Yep.
And I know what your answer is going to be, because you don't care about your kids as much as I do.
Not at all.
Why wouldn't you do Lone Star Masters of Mayhem and actually do a game, actually do the story of this game with Lone Star and other characters? Civil wars, fighting over territories now. Fighting over territories in a post-apocalyptic world. Warring tribes, Mike. The Lone Star is...
Actually, that sounds a lot more like Cyberfrog.
No, it's nothing like Cyberpunk. Even though the shape of the game it seems to be honeycombs. I think it would be cool, Mike. It's something to think about. This is a way to cross-promote each other. I mean, the game sells the comic sells the game, and suddenly your son's a multimillionaire because his game is reaching more people than a comic book. Think about all the Bitcoin you could buy.
I know, right? I know.
Now there's an
Someone's
incentive.
Beersden saying #pay Elijah. Elijah, this part of the reason this hasn't launched yet is Elijah had to wait to get his ID so that Elijah could open his own bank account so that it wouldn't go to me because I was like, I don't want this going into my bank account. Get your own bank account. So.
Oh no,
that's
Mike.
part of the reason.
All right, never mind. I'm not going to tell you. You'll find out. You'll find out.
Why are you refreshing Bitcoin?
Because that's what he's talking about.
Oh my God.
It's $60 shy of 11,000.
It's going down.
I know, it's terrible. Oh look, my balance has just increased. Da 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 dee da da. Where am I? Aloha? Here, Aloha. All right.
The whales are trying. The whales are trying to keep it up, Mike. They're like messing with it. You know, they're artificially stimulating it, but inevitably gravity is bringing it down.
Is it gravity? Goodness.
Gravity.
Damn that gravity.
Did you hear that song "Jesus and Gravity" by Dolly Parton?
No.
It's a really good song. You should think about it. Think about listening to that.
All right.
4% funded.
She's a good Christian woman.
4% funded. I love Dolly. She's the best.
Are you being sarcastic, or do you really like?
No, I do. I actually do.
Okay, I love Dolly Parton.
Elijah, did you not want to read the bottom of this?
Okay, I'll read it.
All right.
I need to sell 100 board games to make this stream possible. Hence the goal of $5,000. Reaching that goal and anything over it would be amazing.
Amazing.
You can choose to just
Amazing.
support us by donating any amount, even if you don't want the game. But want to support us? What? Anything helps.
Yeah. How did we not catch that? But want to support us? Anything helps. All right.
$60. This amount gets you the awesome Masters of Disaster board game. And we also have the exclusive tier, the beta testing tier. When I was talking about perfecting the game, I meant it literally. That's why we have a beta testing tier. This tier is more pricey and for a good reason. In the beta testing tier, you'll get the current version of the game, plus more cards that won't even make it to the final game, and the ability to suggest new cards to help make the game even better. Those cards that are used, you will also receive in the finalized expansion deck. Act fast because we're limiting the exclusive tier to only 25 people.
Stretch goals?
I need to change that.
Oh my gosh, how did we not catch that?
I asked you to review
I
it.
know! I figured you could spell stretch.
Well, apparently not.
Oh, okay, you're walking away. He's going to fix it now. Stretch goals, funding goal, $5,000 locked. More cards, plus 5 new cards at 10,000. More cards at 15K. Morist cards at 20K. And even Morist. That should have just been Moristist.
This just sounds
Yeah.
weird.
Even Morist cards, 25K. And at 30K, a whole new expansion deck. Is Masters of Mayhem for you? We've come up with a short list of bullet points that may help you decide if you're the kind of gamer who would enjoy Masters of Mayhem. Do your friends and family need a fun, exciting, and hilarious game that doesn't take all night to play? Do you
No.
want to be a founding supporter of a new gaming company?
Yes.
Do you have $60?
No.
Then this game is for you. Risks and challenges. My dad always told me, son, when you're 18 years old, I'm kicking you out of the house. Thankfully,
Yes.
he's given me the summer rent-free to make something of myself. This is my shot at starting a career path that will not lead me into college debt. This is the first of hopefully many board games my brothers, my father, and I have been developing over the past few years. With the success of Masters of Mayhem, we hope to begin a long relationship with gaming fans like you. For years, decades even, of fun and profit. If this campaign fails, I'm living on the streets. Please don't make me live on the streets.
Mike, why would you do that to him? So essentially what he needs to do, Elijah needs to sell 200 of these board games. Is that correct? Or how many does he need?
100 will make him profitable.
Well, 100 is
not
only
by
going to buy
much.
half of a Bitcoin, so he needs to sell 200.
200
should-
would be fantastic. 200.
Yeah, that'll purchase a whole Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Hashtag get Elijah a Bitcoin.
Hashtag get Elijah Bitcoin. That sounds great.
Get Elijah's dad a Bitcoin.
Hey. Other
Even
ways
better.
you can help. Some people can't contribute, but that doesn't mean they can't help. If you're a boring stick in the mud and don't like playing games, but maybe you know someone who does, tell your fun friends about Masters of Mayhem. If you don't have any friends, then you can always share this Kickstarter out to your fake friends on social media. And that's all there is to it. And then Elijah has Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. Gosh, I didn't...
So my Twitter, I'm suspended.
What did you do?
I did nothing, and I was suspended.
Uh-huh.
I blame Twitter.
Something happened.
He clearly misgendered somebody.
I've literally haven't used the account, and I haven't posted anything.
4 backers! Wait, how did you get 4 backers and the money didn't change?
Wait, what?
Wasn't it already at 225? Or am I...
Yeah, 220. Somebody donated $1, Mike.
Oh.
From Jackass. Thank you for your support. I called somebody a jackass because they gave you $1.
Thank you for the $1.
Oh, someone else back.
It wasn't me.
Ooh, somebody else back. Now it's $301. We are
Excellent.
Thank you.
awesome. Rockin' and rollin'.
For
Oh, wait, now it's back down to 226.
Wait, what?
Somebody refunded.
Something's not happening.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know, because you called him an idiot.
Oh, no, I didn't call him an idiot.
Oh, no, there it is. It's back.
Okay.
This is confusing me.
I hate Kickstarter.
I'm confused, yeah. I do like that little thing, though, where it just kind of dials up every time you get a bid, so you don't have to refresh. It's like the one thing I like about Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Do they include dogs, asks WB. Oh, dude, you know what? That's something you could have done is dog tags. It's not that expensive.
A lot of people. I have two messages saying that they think Leap Fortune is overpriced. Already.
Well, tell them to go buy Monopoly then. Jeez. Launch the Lone Star branded version of this on Indiegogo. You know what? Maybe we could do a Comicsgate expansion pack.
Well, why not? How about if instead of if you just let him have Lone Star?
I don't think there's enough in Lone Star to cover. I mean, dude, he's got a full freaking deck of stuff. So if we could, pull some stuff from Ravage, pull some stuff from Cyberfrog, pull some stuff from this, that, and the other, that'd be neat.
I'm afraid I cannot do Cyberfrog though.
Oh.
Sorry. I know. It's already underway.
All right. Well,
But I mean, I want a Lone Star expansion pack in Cyberfrog. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll pay you for it.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Although, you know what? If I did you could do a blacklist, and then we could just kind of delve through all the stuff that I have in development, and it'll kind of be a precursor to all the different books I have coming out.
When are you going to be done with Lone Star?
This story
4 books?
Lone Star 3 will be the end of this particular
Yeah.
main story. Yeah. I wonder how 3 will do.
Even better.
Hope so. That's the hope.
Yeah.
Muerta says, "Back it, nerds." And you know what? I've seen Muerta. That's a threat.
Whoa.
Felix Haas asks, could Elijah have this game made into a video game on Steam for $5,000?
I do want to do that, but maybe that could be like a long-term. So much stuff. Just so
I know.
Money.
I know. Dude, you could so easily turn this into a video game.
I know.
And you could probably just learn the programming yourself.
No. I don't have the capability of doing that.
Well, we know lots of programmers.
Phone game, yes, a phone game, like the Exploding Kittens phone game.
Oh, yes. Do it. Do it. John Moriarty says Unity is easy. Yeah, just learn Unity.
Learn to code.
You don't have to learn to code with Unity.
Yes, you do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Eh.
Does Unity use
It's a.
Does it use C++?
Mm-hmm. Dino says yes, you do. Hey, whatever.
C#.
My people always got to give me crap, Ethan.
I don't know, Mike. It's something that's really bothered me. People should not be giving you crap.
That's your job.
No. Oh yeah. Yeah.
See,
That's my bread and butter.
bread and butter. Hey, everyone, could you please like and share? 59 watching at 37 likes. I know everybody's tired or passed out from 4th of July festivities, but somebody else out there can come in. Victor the Ripper says, I'm offering Elijah $100,000 for 50% of the company. I'm going to push this game on HSN and my retail contacts.
Is that serious?
I'm guessing he's not serious.
Okay, I hope it's serious.
But if you are serious,
Doesn't sound like a joke.
show me the money.
You know, I mean, the thing about it is it could be a big hit. You know, it could be a gigantic, enormous hit.
Or it could be a dud.
You know, you're not helping sell it. You're not. Shark Tank. Yeah, I think he's just doing a Shark Tank thing. The Hey Mike needs a resurrection. No, it does not. That joke has gone limp.
Yeah. Mike, I haven't done that, you know.
Pretty much, didn't you do it with the whole penis car thing?
No, that wasn't at you, though. That was
That was just a general.
that was a generic, like somebody said, what would you rather have, a penis house or a penis car? It wasn't at you. It was
Fair enough.
right. It was the hostility. It was the passive aggressive hostility. You know, before, like that's absent now. That doesn't exist.
Right.
The other part that was really weird to me.
I don't know. Where's your cards? Let's show some of the cards on the camera. Elijah, where's the cards? Trying to sell his game, and he's like on the computer doing things. Mike, read my comment. As a fellow half Japanese, we could use your wisdom. Will be. Where's Will B's comment? Mike, from one half Yamato to another, how do you feel about going to Japanese restaurants? It depends on the restaurant, and I prefer my Japanese restaurants to be run by Japanese people. It kind of irritates me when I go to a Japanese restaurant and everyone there is Korean. I know. Yes, sir. Agreed. That's right, Sean Tillman. Except he's not even in the room, so I can't even tell it to him. ABC, Elijah. Always be closing. That is a cat. That is not a card game.
I'll add this here.
Hey, Max. Oh, yeah, Max will help sell. Max. Oh, he wants to climb on your shoulder. So cute.
So only Mexicans.
Max has been climbing on shoulders lately. It's so adorable. Will B says, nah, not racist. Victor says, no, seriously, if somehow you can turn this into a phone gaming app, could be a hit, and maybe it's up to you. Include hentai girls, you can draw that crap.
Oh my God, no! It's going down. Bitcoin's going down.
Oh, brother.
Oh, I'm gonna write down the numbers so I don't forget. So when I check, 10, 9, 0, 5, 60. It's still above 10. I mean, it's still almost 11. You know.
Yeah.
Today.
I don't think it's going. I don't think it'll. If it touches 10, I think that's probably going to be a pretty strong support.
But what do you mean a pretty strong? Oh, you think people are going to just freak out and start buying it?
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at Coinbase right now, even at 10.9, 63% of the top holder activity is buying. Only 37% are selling.
Yeah.
So that's.
Well, I mean, this is kind of what happens right now. You're in a teeter-totter position where it's anywhere from 9 to maybe 12 at upper end. And it's like people are buying at 9 to sell at 12, back and forth.
I know. Dude, there's people making a lot of money.
But not you. What? You're just hanging in.
Yeah, I'm just a holder. I'm long term, so I don't want to day trade. I don't want to that there's risk in there, you know, because you say you like, hey, I'm selling at 12. I'm gonna buy back in when it hits 9, and then it never goes to 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes back over 12, and then you're like, well, crap, I can't buy back as much as I had before because I was trying to play the numbers, and
you were trying to play games.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Is like if I had enough Bitcoin, if I had enough money, and because I do pay so much attention to this, that I could be doing that, and I'd probably be making money, but I wouldn't want to risk all my. I don't have that much, so I wouldn't want to risk what I have doing that. But if I had like enough where I could take 10% of it and sort of just play that game, I could probably do pretty well.
I'll buy one right now.
Do it.
Where do I do it?
Do it.
I'm not going to buy right now. I'm going to wait till it gets back down again.
All right. Well, you might want to sign into Coinbase now because you won't. I don't know what the cap is. I think you might only be able to buy $500 worth at a time because it's to avoid fraud and whales from just creating a bunch of different accounts. Over time, the amount you can purchase rises. So
I'll just wait until it plummets to $500. Then I'll buy a whole one.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah. All right.
Indie don't like Master. Mike, will this game go to the mass market, or is it only going to be on Kickstarter? Well, we'll see how it does, and then if somebody at Target wants to talk to us, or talk to Elijah, then that'd be great. Travel back in time and buy them when they were $8 a coin. Yes, all you have to do is invent a time machine first. Matthew Lemon said, sorry, man, just tried 3 times to back it, and it's not processing the card. Oh, no.
That's weird.
Oh, you got 6 backers now.
I do?
Yeah, but it's not. Let's see if it does the magic thing.
Yeah, but it's more $1, Mike.
No, really?
Yes.
Somebody dropped $2 more on you. Well, hey, whatever.
So 2 individuals dropped $1 each.
And now we have their emails.
Yeah. You can see. Oh, somebody refunded their $1. Who's doing this? This isn't cool. It costs credit card fees. Don't do that anymore.
I work at Target, Mike, but I don't know if I can make a call like that, says Victor. I know somebody that has those contacts, so we'll see how it does. I mean, if it does really well on Kickstarter, Target might just be like, hey, that did pretty well. Let's put that up. In fact, my my Mr. Bean card game that I made, they were already talking to Target, but I think we should do it on Kickstarter first. My family's watching Mr. Bean right now, oddly enough. Where are we at? I still have my Bitcoin window open, thanks to Ethan. 60 people watching, 46 likes. Hey, that's not bad. Will be. Dox me, bruh, by all means.
Mike, don't worry. Bitcoin went up by $5.
Nice. I'm rich. I just made $5.
All right, so we're at 10, 9, 10 right now, and 30 cents.
All right, keep me updated. Kickstarter doesn't charge your cards until the campaign ends. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Muerta says testing 1, 2, 3. Why? Why are you testing Muerta? Oh, because you were blanked out. Okay, I don't know why. Muerta's message, Mexicans should run to the border for Taco Bell, was hidden by YouTube. YouTube, you're a bunch of fascists. Why can't he say Taco Bell? Horrible.
It's an ad. He was promoting. You know what I mean? It's free advertising.
Victor the Ripper says, did Ethan know about all that security measures Bitcoin has buying a limited amount at a time and all that? I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get it either. How does that help anyone?
It I don't know. It's probably just to keep from people manipulating or trying to manipulate the market. Even though, yeah, there are whales just buying and selling and making that money and manipulating the market anyways, but it is what it is. YouTube is getting intolerable. Amen. Amen. Ben Panchetti says, my CGC 9.8 Lone Star with Comicsgate cover is for sale. Only 1 Bitcoin. First appearance of Rainbow Brute. What do you think about that, Eden? Eden?
Mm-hmm.
Eden?
Are you asking what I think of that?
Yeah.
I feel swindled, taken advantage of, but I'm okay. I've forgiven.
Yeah.
I've forgiven.
I made millions off of that.
I know. I know, Mike.
Will B said, I turned my Litecoin into Bitcoin 2 years ago. Good move, Will B. I still don't understand why Litecoin is on Coinbase. I don't see the purpose Litecoin serves. See, I don't know if the thing about cryptocurrencies is that each cryptocurrency serves or should. Okay, each what you might call a legitimate cryptocurrency serves a particular purpose. It fills a need in the space, right? Like XRP is a banking crypto. It is specifically designed to replace the SWIFT system. Ethereum is the coin of what is essentially a marketplace blockchain that is designed for other blockchains, for other like businesses to exist on that blockchain and create smart contracts and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But Litecoin is literally just like the guy that Charlie Lee that created Litecoin. He basically spent 4 hours altering the Bitcoin program or code and created Bitcoin Lite, basically. And I don't understand that. I don't like investing in Litecoin.
I have some. Somebody bought me a gift, like a fan bought me a gift. Like Facebook had a cryptocurrency, and I got 400 of those.
400.
But I assume Libra. I assume that at this point, I don't know. Facebook's down.
Facebook actually launched Libra?
Yeah.
When?
I guess. I don't know.
I know they were going to, but I didn't. And what's the value of Libra against the dollar?
I don't know.
Libra is a stable coin, so it won't actually fluctuate in value against the dollar. But if it's like 1 Libra to $1, it should always be 1 Libra to $1.
Okay.
But I don't know what the actual, because they said they're setting it against a basket of currencies. I don't know if that's the euro and the yen or what, to create a global stable
that's
value.
probably not. But
yeah. Will B says, my dumbass bought into Storm Token. Will, I bought Storm Token too, but I got out of it pretty quick. Try typing the word monkey. It won't allow it, at least every time I tried typing it. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, man. YouTube's weird. They strike the weirdest words.
I'm getting fed up with YouTube. I'm really tired. I wish like they would just chill. But we're going through a thing, Mike. I mean, look, all through the next year, up until the election, it's going to be hell. I mean, we're going to have to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
I got $2 new $3.
Two new $3.
Why are people doing that?
I don't know.
It's not your fans,
Just yeah, there you
people
go.
on Kickstarter.
You're up to $304 now. Congratulations. Chimp shows, but monkey won't. Muerta and Razdog just typed monkey.
Maybe you're banned from using monkey.
I'm banned from using monkey?
That one person's doing.
Oh. Yeah, maybe just you. Look, everyone's typing champ hobo? I wish everyone on YouTube would just move to Pornhub and be done with this garbage platform. Did you know that YouTube started as a video dating site?
That's why they call it YouTube, right?
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Huh. Yeah.
And they realized that people had just started storing their videos. People are like, oh, hey, I can just store my videos on this platform. And so that's why they just kind of moved away from the whole video dating thing. Will says, Mike, if my card kicks my backing back, can I PayPal or Venmo? Elijah?
What?
Will B says, if my card kicks my backing back, can I PayPal or Venmo?
I don't know.
I ask because Indiegogo hates MasterCard. Oh, this is Kickstarter, though. Taco Bell. Why is everybody typing Taco Bell? Oh, to see if it was, if that was what, was getting kicked. So what's your board game like, Ethan?
I have no effing idea.
What, you just handed it to somebody and said, make me a board game?
Board game developers are doing it. Because you know what's up with me, So I'll show you a picture of it if you want to see it.
Yeah.
How can I show you? Oh, I know how. I have to find it. Hang on. If this isn't spring, the whole world is crazy. If this isn't spring, I'm daft as a daisy.
Muerta wrote Mexicans border, and that got hidden. That's weird, because Razdoc wrote Mexican border, and it didn't get hidden. Try typing Mexicans plural, guys.
Oh.
You're gonna get your channel flagged for some reason.
Well, I just want to see what it is that's getting flagged.
Surprise, your channel's taken down.
Yeah, it's Mexicans plural. Gets hidden. This is dumb. Mexican is fine. Mexicans, I guess if more than one Mexican, it's
There you go, Mike. I sent it to our Comics Gate live room.
okay. Let me make sure I'm not on a channel that's showing on the screen. Key selling points.
I mean, that was like months ago. It's advanced a lot since then. So this is like a rough sketch, and they're going to be using 3D story, like 3D plane pieces, like sculptures of all the characters, and so they'll be, when they do expansion packs, they'll make Lone Star, they'll make all these guys.
All right, right on. Curious what the actual gameplay is.
Yeah,
strategic.
I don't.
Cyberpunk is a quick strategic game.
You can't read it out loud. It's secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
Players.
Let me see.
Okay, well, that doesn't actually explain the gameplay.
Let me look it up. I'm sure I have more information.
You should have had Elijah design your game.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't.
Elijah, why wouldn't you design Ethan's game? Jeez, you're so mean.
Yeah.
Man, Matt Costin's cards are so cool.
Yeah, for real.
I need to get Eden off her duff to do hers.
Why is Mr. Bean in the background?
Because every time the rough ad runs out, for some reason it goes to that.
Yeah, you can loop videos, right?
How? Settings? Playback? Autoplay? Subtitles? Quality? Where? Max! Say hi, everybody! Say hi! Say hi to Max, everybody! Such a good kitty! Oh!
Let's do this.
Do it. Oh, nice. Oh, no, I don't even play it at quarter speed. Yeah, let me just play it at halftime speed. There we go. All right, what do you think? Should I play the commercial again?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well, spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple. By causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Oh, look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. Abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start the apocalypse today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and/or limbs lost during gameplay.
Illustration by Design says, dang, this game is complicated. Actually, it's really simple. You just put the pieces down.
It's a 3-step program.
Yeah, it's like 3 steps. And then all of the instructions are on each individual card of what the card... Where's the cards? I asked you to bring me the cards so I could show them. There we go.
Hello.
Hand me some cards. Who just showed up?
This is the game cover for Manifesto.
Seesaw.
Hello.
Hello.
A manifesto of some sort? No. Hello, John Malin. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, good.
Hi, John.
I'm getting ready to do hard time tonight, guys.
I know.
I got a lot of good advice on my stream on where to hide things when I go into prison.
Prison.
The old prison wallet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they said. Prison wallet.
Yeah.
You've heard of this.
Is that like made of some kind of rare leather or something?
Soft, pliable. It stretches. All right, so here's some of the cards. Here's Hurricane. Kills 1,000 people each. I know, I'm reading it. I can't show it and read it. Actually, yeah, I can. Hold on.
In your face, Evil E.
In your face. Wait, what am I showing here? Where's my camera?
Big time mail and making wolf milk.
All right, so can I read that? No, it's too small. I can't read it.
Just make the window bigger.
Oh, jeez, dude. Kills 1,000 people each on every tile bordering a water tile. So it's obvious when you've got water tiles, right? It's pretty. Each card is pretty self-explanatory, and that's part of the thing. If he made it too convoluted, then that's some of the developer help that we can get. So also destroys any defenses bordering on the water. So that's what the Hurricane card looks like. Bam! Hurricane! Actually, it looks like a shotgun gun. Did you mean to do that?
No. I didn't even think about that. Ow! Crap.
Max is not being nice.
Get out of here.
Let's see.
Ow!
Gray Goo. Place on tile. Kills 1,000 on that tile each turn until it is empty. Then spreads to an adjacent population tile and repeats. Destroyed when unable to spread. So, Gray Goo.
Also, if there's any cards that are kind of convoluted, I'm cleaning them up so that they're really easy to understand.
Yeah. Each card. I mean, you have this much room to write instructions on the card, so it's got to be pithy, Elijah. It's got to be pithy. Sacrifice 1,000 people from one tile to prevent an eruption for 4 turns. And he also has these little tab tiles. Hey, give me some of the little tab tiles to show.
Ben Punchetti asks, is there a card that turns all the frogs gay?
Hey, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Although I don't know how that would help. So yeah, there's these little cards that symbolize some of the other cards, so you can put those on the cards in lieu of like having these big old cards on top of tiles. So there's like shields and exploding pies. Is this for Ethan? Is that an exploding pie?
It looks like a cake, though. That's not what a pie looks like, Mike.
Yeah, he's a
Sorry.
connoisseur of pie. He knows the difference.
Forgive me, oh pie lord.
Yeah.
So evacuation. Here, these are cards you want to have in your deck. The evacuation cards. These allow you to move your population should someone else be attacking your tile. Those are always good. Plus, if you evacuate part of your population, then every tile you're on, every tile that you have populated, with each new turn, you get to repopulate 1,000 on each tile. So if you have them spread out all over the place, then your population can like double every round. There should be a CERN malfunction card that creates a black hole. He actually has a black hole. He's got Robot Uprising, Eel-nado, which I guess is like Sharknado, but with eels. Invasion, which is alien invasion card. Wormhole, don't know what that does, but Eldritch Sacrifice. Dude, he's got, I mean, this is the thing. So if you get the beta testing, you'll get like this many cards. Are you doing any more for the beta testing? This is a lot of cards. And he just created 2 new cards. So he'll send you all these plus any cards he creates between now and when he gets the beta testing and the end of the campaign, essentially. So here. I don't know.
Mortal V says Wormhole is probably what John is calling his prison pocket.
Foul. Is there a Soros card?
Ooh.
You should become a beta tester, Igor.
Alpha tester.
So
You guys see my escape plan that I drew?
no
This is for me getting out of prison tomorrow.
escape plan. This is jumping. What is on your arms? Are you shackled?
So, all right, I'm gonna walk you through this, Mike.
All right.
This is the I built a bunk bed in one of my rooms.
You built a bunk bed.
Yeah, I've been jumping off this bunk bed to strengthen my legs and my feet, my calves. So, if things don't go my way today, I'm gonna jump out of the second story window. That's plan 1. My plan B is that I'll have this little air conditioning little shaft here above my bed. I'm gonna drop a lot of weight. You know, it'll take me a couple months, but I'll drop some weight. I'll butter myself up, and I'm gonna belly slide right through the air shaft.
Are you gonna butter yourself up so that Ethan will lick you?
No, Mike, so I can slide through the air shaft.
It'll just attract Ethan to get into the prison.
Yeah. All right. So both of these they're foolproof. These two are going to work. So when I get out into the woods, I'm going to run. This is me with a can of bear spray and a knife. This is the bear.
Why does he have throwing stars in his chest?
Because I have a belt of throwing stars, shuriken, Mike.
Okay.
And I'm throwing them at the bear so I can get into this cabin in the woods. This is where I'm going to hide out. Does any of this sound familiar?
Cabin in the woods, fighting a bear. No.
Mike, this is Ted Bundy's escape plan.
Oh, what?
Everything except the bear and the bear spray and the shurikens and the knife.
And everything.
Okay. Perfect. It's perfect, John.
This is what I'm
Felix
doing
Haas
tomorrow,
says,
boys.
Elric sacrifice? Do you mean Eldritch sacrifice? Isn't that what I said? I thought that's what I said. Sean Tillman suggests that you do not butter yourself up in prison. I think that's probably good advice. You might want to rethink that part.
No,
you might have a little
I need to
last
slide through
tango
the
in
shaft.
prison.
How else am I going to slide through the shaft, Mike?
John's memoirs are going to be Last Tango in Prison.
If I don't have butter, I'm going to be like
Hey, these are good jokes. Come on.
I'm going to be like that girl in Gremlins where her dad died in the chimney.
3 days later. What would Jake and Elwood say? Oh, that's what. Oh no, it's on Kickstarter, says Musky Elon. Why? Oh why? What would my boy say? My boy would. I don't know. What would he say?
Are you asking me?
Sure. I think Ethan is writing an essay.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the question?
What would my boy say about it being on Kickstarter?
Zach, what would he say?
Yeah.
He'd shrug. Zach is the difference between me and Zach is that I hold grudges like that. I will punish Kickstarter, for the rest of my time on Earth. Zach's attitude is, I'm going to try again. You know what I mean? And I'm like, they're going to tell you no again and then laugh about it. And he's like, well, we'll see if they do that. That's kind of the difference between me and Zach. Like I would say don't do that. I'd say don't give them the opportunity to tell you no, and he lets them do that. So
all right. Somebody requested to know what the cards were made out of. Tiles, and they're made out of chipboard of some sort. Thick, very thick chipboard. What is that? 1/16 of an inch? Do you know what the actual size is? 3 millimeters? Is that 2 or 3 millimeters?
18.
18 what?
Wait, what? Let me check.
It looks like it's about a 2 millimeter thick chipboard tile. So cardboard, stiff cardboard. And then it is 1.6, and then it is laminate and UV coated. It looks like not laminate, just UV coated. Yeah, Elijah's like, oh, if we can hit this one tier, we can get these extra special cards. And I'm like, do the math, and it would have cost him all of his profit. I'm like, I think these cards are fine. It's a game board. You're not making throwing stars. Muerta says nerd. I'm not sure who he's talking to, so I'm going to go with John.
Sure, that's okay.
All right. Have we got any movement, Elijah? No. Still at 7 backers. Oh, you get notifications on your phone, huh? So did you catch the commercial, John?
Yeah, I caught it weeks ago, I think.
All right.
Did it get updated?
A little bit. You updated a little bit, right? Didn't you add like text and stuff to it? Didn't you? It said like new game and stuff on there now.
Yeah, no, it was funny.
It says like new game and crap. It says stuff that I didn't notice before. Maybe I just didn't notice it before. All right, fine then. What's up, Rusty? Yamato Damashi. Yamato. I'm a nerd, so it could be me, says Elric. It's entirely possible. It better be live streamed or recorded on GoPro. Regarding your prison break. Are you going to be recording this somehow?
It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. What are you eating, John?
Oh, can you hear me eating?
I can just tell you're eating.
Kit Kat minis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You still have those Rolos in the freezer? Sounds good. Did you try freezing your Kit Kats, John?
No, I did have them in my mini fridge though.
Dude, they're good
so
frozen.
They're cool.
Nice and crisp, man. When they're frozen, they just snap. Because you know the crunchy part inside doesn't change like texture, but the outside gets nice and crisp. Yellow Flash won't support Kickstarter. Sorry. Well, we'll probably run it on Indiegogo after the fact. But this is where the gaming population is, so. Keep in mind, Kickstarter is no worse than YouTube, and you support YouTube. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. You go where the audience is. Kit Kat Minis, I knew it. Muerta somehow knew. Somehow knew what you were eating.
Yeah. Victor the Ripper thinks I'm going to thrive in prison. I tend to agree. He says John is going to become a bad A at drawing in prison and going to get paid a lot of soups to tattoo.
A lot of what? Soups?
Soup.
You get paid in soup?
No, I don't think so. I think you get paid in coffee.
Don't you get paid in cigarettes, or do they don't do that anymore? Is that
they don't
like
do that. It's coffee. Coffee is like
coffee now?
In prison, yeah.
Coffee's the new addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Flash says move it to Indiegogo. Yellow Flash, Elijah has done a lot of investigation into this before he started. He's been working on this for a while, and the gaming community is almost exclusively on Kickstarter. So if we want it to be a successful game, and we're not just relying on YouTube, there are a lot of gamers searching for games on Kickstarter. So hopefully we can do some advertising on Facebook and get some of that crowd. Yellow Flash. Actually, Dynamo says all of the board game Spurgs are on Kickstarter. Leandro says Kickstarter is no different than Twitter or YouTube. Yep, it's true. You can't do it on both. Actually, a friend of mine, Dennis, does Kickstarters for a living, and he had another friend of his who ran a campaign, made $100,000, and then like on the last days of his campaign, he made it available. He made the thing that he was selling on Kickstarter available on his own website. Kickstarter found it and canceled his Kickstarter. He lost $100,000 because he made it available on another site, because Kickstarter is exclusive. So, yeah, can't do that. Can't do that.
Mark Trafford says the actors in the ad look a lot like the actors Mike pays to be his children.
I go to the same agency.
Hmm.
Where's Max's head? There's his head. There's Max's head. Where's your buddy? Oh my gosh, you've got a flea. I see a flea. That's
Your house is flea
stupid
infested,
of
Mike?
Kickstarter, says Yellow Flash. Well, yeah,
Mike,
is
you
it?
live in a flea-infested house?
I do live in a flea-infested house.
I get like 2 or 3 fleas on me when I just lay down.
Oh
Freaking
my
hate it.
gosh.
Those
What's
drops-
going on there?
Dude, I don't know. The Advantage stuff used to work on our old cats. It would kill all the fleas. It doesn't work on this guy. I have no idea why.
Adaptation.
Yeah, our fleas have gotten
Natural selection.
natural selection. That cat wouldn't be so relaxed if he knew he was cat number 7. He's actually cat number 8. We've lost 7 cats in the last 5 years.
And another cat's gonna be lost soon.
Wash them in dish soap. He has immunity to flea medicine. He's flea medicine proof. Wash the carpet with tea tree wash, says Liam Gray. Hey Liam, how you doing?
Monsters.
My wife has a reaction to tea tree, so that would probably be pretty bad for her. It won't work if the cat has dry skin. Is that the problem, Max? You've got dry skin?
You're not hydrating yourself.
You gotta drink more water, kitty. I love this cat. This is one of my favorite.
5 years.
One of my favorite cats that I've had is this cat. 7 cats in only 5 years. What's going on in that house? Let's see. Let's go through them. Who was the first one that died? Was that Yosuke?
I don't even remember half our cats.
All right. So my niece, my long lost niece,
Lucy.
came over to live with us from Kansas City, and she brought with her this itty bitty. I don't know, how old was she at the time? She was just a kitten. She brought a kitten with her. That kitten got to be about 8 months old and started getting out of the house, and all the neighborhood cats treated her like a little whore. So she kept getting pregnant over and over again. And so from her first litter, we had Sasuke, which was this beautiful white cat with this big bushy white tail, and just he was like the perfect cat.
What's going on with the Aloha Hour? This is getting a little dark. Tell me more about that cat.
All right. Sasuke was he was beautiful. He was, and then Sasuke
Your cat.
was so we had Sasuke, and he was like the one we wanted to keep. So we had Lucy and Sasuke. But then Sasuke got Lucy pregnant.
This is fascinating.
And then we had some litters. Lucy kept getting out of that house and kept getting pregnant, and so she got pregnant like 5 times over the course of the next 2 years. Cats can make a lot of kittens, and so we were always finding people to get rid of the cat, or to take the cats. I should have given them to Nasser, but one time I took I took the cats to Costco and just put them all in the shopping cart and said free kittens, and people would come by, and so we got rid of a litter that way.
Try that with your fleas.
Free flea.
So anyways, Lucy ran away after we got her spayed, because she went crazy after we got her spayed. She ran away, but then weirdly, like once a month, she would just show up in the kitchen because we had a little cat door, and she would just show up in the kitchen, and we'd see her in the kitchen, and we'd see her like eating food, and then we'd be like, Lucy, and then she'd run out again. So we lost her. One of the other kittens from the first litter was Yosuke, which was the little orange cat we gave my mom. She brought Yosuke back. I can't remember why. And then Yosuke got hit by a car. So, one down.
That was the same day you chopped off your finger.
Was that the same day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't remember that.
I feel like we need the Incredible Hulk's exit theme playing while you tell this story.
I'm trying to go. I need to write these down. So those Yosuke was 1. Lucy counts as 2, I think. And then we had Sosuke. Oh, and then another one of the cats from the litters was Kichi. Kichi was another beautiful white cat. I mean, these cats were like Angora rabbits, just beautiful, soft. Oh man.
Persians? What were they?
I don't know, because they were little bastards. Because Lucy got out, and the neighborhood cats raped her. So I don't know. It was whatever the neighborhood cats were, but they looked like I don't know, Angoras or something. They looked like they were really pretty. But Sasuke disappeared. And that I was like, oh man, I hope nothing's wrong with him. And then we found no. And then Yosuke disappeared like 2 weeks after Sasuke disappeared.
No, Kichi disappeared. No, Kichi died.
No, Kichi died. Yosuke disappeared. And then my neighbor calls me and he's like, are you missing a cat? I'm like, yeah. Is it a white cat? Yeah. Kichi died. Oh, Yosuke was the orange one?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Oh my gosh, there was 7 of them.
Kichi was the whitish one, I think.
Yeah, okay. So Kichi.
No, yellowish.
Okay. Whatever.
Bits of Pretzel says, all this cat talk is reminding me of the new Pet Cemetery movie.
That was good. I watched that.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Rise of the Kitten Corpses.
What would be the better movie to watch? Pet Cemetery or the Spider-Man movie?
Oh, I haven't seen the Spider-Man movie yet, but I really enjoyed Pet Cemetery. It's only 90 minutes long, too, so quick in and out.
Yeah.
Can I get back to the death of the 7 cats?
Yeah, I'll be over here putting pencils through my eyeballs. Let me know when you're done.
So then my neighbor calls and says, have you lost a white cat? Because there's a rotting corpse of a cat under his fence. So we had to go and get that, and that ended up being Sasuke. And that was the saddest one because we actually had his body. So I buried him next to Yosuke.
Jesus.
They're both buried on the side of my house. Yosuke, right? All right, Yosuke. But then Kichi just disappeared. So I always just think, well, when a cat disappears, someone stole them and is taking good care of them somewhere else. Then we went and adopted Furiosa and Castiel. Furiosa was some sort of a Bengal breed, I think. Real pretty. Castiel was a great, just all black, super soft, super nice. Okay, black with little bits of white on him. Okay, tuxedo. You know what a tuxedo cat is? They have like a white thing here, so it looks like they're wearing a tuxedo. Right in the chest. Obviously. Eden is very persnickety.
And you're remembering everything horribly.
Well, no one has. You've never said, "Hey, let's talk about the cats." So, anyways, Furiosa got out.
And then Elijah let Castiel out.
I didn't let him out.
You let him out.
He let him out. He let him out.
Let him out.
He left the door open because he was saying goodbye to his girlfriend.
They were mine.
He was saying goodbye to his girlfriend, left the door open. It was like the first time Castiel had ever gotten out, and he just...
It was not the first time.
What did he do? He left?
Yeah,
He just
the first time
disappeared.
Castiel got
Gone.
out 'cause he
Boom.
never wanted to go outside.
It's
Yeah.
because they knew that he would die eventually in the house, so he wanted
No.
to get
No, he didn't. Furiosa got out, and then he'd always wait for the door by the door
Oh, man.
for Furiosa to come back.
Wow, Renfimus is looking good lately.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, hold on a second. Looks good.
Those eyebrows.
Mm.
Lovely.
Terrible. Terrible.
All right, so that was Furiosa and Castiel.
Oh, good.
And then we found another cat. So my neighbor calls me again, and he's like, have you lost a cat? And I'm like, what? And he's like, I hear a cat on the side of my house. So we go to my neighbor's house, and there's this tiny little orange kitten hiding underneath their barbecue. And so we kind of had to chase him because I don't know how. And so we caught him and made him our own, and that was Baron Humbert von Gickenkin, because he looked just like the cat from The Cat Returns. And Baron got out and just didn't want to come back in. We would see him. He'd come to the front of the house and meow at us, and then we'd go outside to let him in, and he'd run away. So we started just leaving bowls of food out front, and then eventually he just stopped coming back and eating them. So that was our 7 cats that disappeared. or
What
died.
was the question?
What was the
Holy cow.
I wasn't listening. I was looking through pictures of Renfimus.
Man.
She looks good. Mm.
She's put on some weight, though.
No, it looks like she's lost some.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh. And so now we have Gigi, which is... Actually, Gigi was from Lucy's first litter.
Oh
No,
my
second litter.
God.
Third
Oh my
litter.
God.
She was... she's the... Sasuke was her father brother. So there, she's a
what
little...
the crap is
She's a
going on
little
with
bit...
cat?
Kichi.
She's a little bit genetically... I think she's crazy. She like
Yeah.
looks at you with like crazy eyes. You know crazy eyes, how like they kind of dart back and forth like real quick.
Yeah.
She does that,
because she's inbred.
and she's inbred, and she doesn't know how to use a litter box, or I don't know. There's something wrong with that cat. And then we have Max. Where'd Max go?
Targaryen.
And Max
cat.
is again.
You know what they say about Targaryens? Flip a coin.
Yep. Flip a coin. So yes, there it is. There's the Ballad of the Miller Cats.
No.
That's not all. What else we got?
Well, it was Lucy, and Lucy had
Well, we're not talking about the ones we adopted out.
19 kittens in all.
Yeah, Lucy had 19 freaking kittens in like 2 years.
She had 5 litters. So it went 3, 4, 5, 4, 3.
Static MM says, "Let's drink to the Miller Cats."
Yeah.
And then after the 19.
Where do broken hearts go?
Link to Masters of Mayhem in the description if you guys would like to help support my son in his endeavor to not live on the streets.
Yeah.
And making great tabletop games, and hopefully eventually games for the phone. App games.
Because we need the Miller.
Miller time.
Where?
I wonder what the average lifespan of a cat in our house was.
5 months.
Oh,
No,
man.
No way.
5 months.
No, not even.
I support Elijah joining the army.
Yeah, Ben really wants you to go into the military, man.
I saw that on another stream, and I was like barely in the room.
All right, let's play this again. Actually, I have to turn it on. Where was I? Window capture? Bing. Wait, what? What?
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well,
Yes.
spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple. By causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. Abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start
Like the money's pouring
apocalypse
in.
today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and/or limbs lost during gameplay.
What'd you say, Ethan?
The money is pouring in right now.
Pouring in.
That was someone upgrading.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They upgraded
Yeah.
to the.
Hoping him.
Nice.
Dank is fun.
Nice. Well, then shouldn't it say that on the pledge? Oh, there we go. 1 backer. And 3 backers for 60 or more. And 374. Very nice. Will B, we don't swear on my channel, please. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Will said, that's me. Awesome. Awesome.
It has pledged $145. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Look at that.
There it goes.
A tenth. You're a tenth of the way there, man. A tenth. Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you.
You're
Rebel
welcome.
Leaf says, better deal than Ethan's new pay channel?
Yeah, it's not a pay channel. It's not a pay channel.
Are you doing
I'm gonna.
some
All right, I'm not
webcam?
gonna do it. I'm backing off because everybody's got the wrong idea about it. They're like they think it's a pay channel. No, it's not a.
Are you
pay
becoming
channel.
a cam boy, Ethan?
No, yes, but no. John, here's what it is. All right, so first of all of my live streams get demonetized because of Mike's filthy language. All of them. And because of that, you know, it's like, first of all, they're demonetized. And second of all, YouTube is demonetizing all videos right now. If you mention the word feminism or SJW, your video gets demonetized. So they offer an opportunity. They say, hey, you can get sponsorships or you can get members. You can ask people to join your channel. Join your channel. And what it is it's $5. Now, I thought to myself, well, a lot of people just super chat me like $5. Some people super chat me $5 several times within a stream. I wonder if people would just join the channel for $5 a month. That's one super chat. And then they would get special access to something. Now, the other thing
several
is...
people think you're trying to sell them your bathwater.
Is that what it is? All right, look, I watched Jeremy do it, and it was working. Like, everybody loved it, and people were signing up and joining Jeremy's channel.
Felix
But if people
Watkins
hate it,
says
I won't do it.
Ethan is charging for private live streams.
Well, I would do that, too. I mean, that would be fine. Private live streams.
It's a private
It's
live
got the
stream.
little
Live
quotes
stream
around
for
it.
money. Do what you
Fire
want
Dragon
me
says,
to
EVS, the
do."
problem is that you might view it as giving something for the $5, but others view it as having something taken away.
Ah. Thank you, Will B. Appreciate that.
Runs with
Leandra
scissors
says,
that Ethan sell bathwater.
did someone actually get sick from drinking that stuff?
Oh yeah, someone was hospitalized.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's their own fault because she said don't drink it.
Yeah, because it's bath water. I
Yeah.
don't think she sterilized it. She probably should have sterilized it, because you don't know what kind of germs. Sorry, my kids are in here. I better stop. Diseases, yeah.
Ben Pachetti says, I'd purchase EVS if you brought back Fabio time.
Dynamo says EVS should have built up that second channel and his streaming channel as his streaming channel. His main would be over 150,000 right now.
That's probably true.
Yeah, but I mean, look at V, man. His second channel, those videos, his live streams hardly get any views. I mean, compared to his primary channel.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
all right, no, fine. Look, Static MM says Uncle E is evil, but it's a good evil. Stand your ground, kid. 13 here, or 13 here. What does that mean?
13. He must be 13 years old.
No way.
I have no idea. If he is and he's using his parents' credit card to super chat me $20, I appreciate it, Static MM.
All right, fine. I will stop it.
Necessary evil.
Just do it, Ethan.
I'm not doing it.
Pave the way.
No.
Pave the way.
Pave the way for everyone else. I got to take the slings and arrows. People are like, you just want our $5. No,
that's leadership, man. That's leadership.
No, Mike, you do it.
You get to the front of the vanguard and you take those slings and arrows and you pave that way.
Rebel Leaf says Ethan's second channel tanked, unfortunately. I subbed, though. It didn't tank. I just stopped adding things to it.
Yeah, I have a second channel. I need to promote
like that
more
second
often,
channel exists in case this channel goes down.
Yeah.
Then I run over there and,
My second channel is called Unapologetic Mike. If you guys want to go sub over there, please do.
Dynamo says, Ethan, enjoy Twitter for the next month, I guess. What does that mean?
Huh? Enjoy Twitter for the next month. Oh, because you're going to get Twitter bombed for this crap. I mean, this excellent business idea.
All right.
Oh, I got to shoot this out on my MailChimp, too. Ethan, if Mike did what you did today, would you have roasted him all week? Ethan pulled a mic tonight. Oh,
I would
that's
not.
a low blow. Speaking as Mike. Static MM says, love you both. What about John? You don't love John? Sorry, John.
He meant us. He meant me and John.
Oh. I don't think so.
Can't be loved by all.
We'll love you for him.
Thank you.
Static MM says, be a Mike. That's wise advice. Best advice you're going to get all day. Be a Mike.
Everyone have good fireworks today?
Yeah. Yeah, did you see? I posted a video on my friend's back patio. Isn't that cool? That's the guy that made Romney's house, the one that was on the news with the elevators for his cars and all that stuff.
He made that one?
Yeah. He's building houses.
I got rain at my fireworks, so they just let off like 30 minutes worth of them all at one time.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All at
it was
one
pretty
time.
cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that in San Diego on accident about 4 years ago. I got it on video. That was fun. But it was so the Bay firework display here is the largest fireworks display in California, and that's the one that went off because there's I think
all of them went off.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 simultaneous fireworks displays around the Bay, all shooting off the exact same fireworks in the exact same order and everything, and they all went off in about 30 seconds, and it's like a 45-minute fireworks display.
Well, yeah, Michael Bay. That's what he does.
That's exactly right.
It's honestly cooler than a normal fireworks display.
Yeah, it's like a nuke went off. It was so rad.
Unrelated Coma says everyone loves John until they vote for him and he gives up instead of going to a tiebreaker, so he just throws our votes away.
It's true. It's true.
Kind of. Yeah.
What happened there?
with John Dillard on Drawn and Quartered, we tied for first place, and I said you can have it. Mm-hmm.
You've had enough. I mean, you're being nice. You're being generous.
Yeah.
I win all the time. It's not.
If I hadn't voted for John
a big
Dillard, you
deal.
wouldn't have tied.
You voted for John just to push him up to tie me?
Yep.
That makes sense. Oh, well, actually, you did me a favor. You did me a favor, Mike.
Yeah.
In what way?
Because now he doesn't
Because I'd have
ship
to
anything.
mail out something. No, I don't have to mail out anything.
Will B says, Mike, how long as Kickstarter link good for? The Kickstarter will be up for 30 days, so you have 1 month to get Masters of Mayhem. And what is it? You got 24 beta test packs left. 23? Oh, did Ethan get one of those? Nice. 23 beta pack.
What do you think? I was going to back the cheap section?
I know, right? What was I thinking?
Expecting $2.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Of course, I'm going to give your kids support, Mike. And even though I get persecuted in the chat, even though I am constantly persecuted,
Relentlessly.
I always do the right thing. Always.
Rebel Leaf asks a poignant question. John, what would your ancestors' house guest George Washington think of you giving up the win?
You would call it a strategic retreat.
Did your ancestors see George Washington's wiener? I mean, that's...
I wonder, because, I've seen pictures of, paintings of George Washington.
He slept over.
He has no eyebrows. You know who else? Well, I have eyebrows, but I have no eyebrows. So
yeah, you don't have eyebrows.
Wouldn't it be something if I was a Washington?
What are you trying to say? George Washington would never, ever betray Martha.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like he gets out of bed. He slept over.
Yeah.
People
yeah,
didn't
but
have...
John is implying something else.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I might be
That's where he got his partial
great grandson of George Washington, because there is a weird gene that goes through the Malins where most Malins just look kind of normal, but then me and my niece, like she looks like my daughter, and we stand out. There's like this blonde gene that goes through the Malin family. I might have it, and it might be George Washington's DNA.
I'm going to go ahead with a no.
Yeah, well, whatever. In that case, he was just a house guest. My brother and sister, they put... Yeah, my brother and sister, they did that DNA thing, so I figured they would have it would have tipped off if it was like a George Washington thing.
I got to say, John, the other day, I found a shiny coin on the ground, and I was like, why is John Malin's face on this? And I picked it up and went, oh, that's George Washington. It's a quarter.
Snap.
You know what I mean?
Look at it again and tell me if that doesn't look like Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Dynamo says, John, got the wooden teeth? No, but I can get some.
Yeah.
Felix says, I'll never forgive Mike for trashing Litecoin. Well, I just got to call it like I see it.
Oh, how's it doing? Let's look at Bitcoin. I haven't looked at it in a bit.
I thought George Washington's teeth were made out of, like,
back up
goat teeth and, like, other things. Not just wood.
Oh, it is. Mike, it's back up. How could it be doing this? This is crazy.
That's Bitcoin for you.
Okay, so now it's at 11. Well, you know what it is? It's dawn. That's what it is. It's morning time. So people are up and buying.
Maybe. Maybe. It's a 24-hour market, so...
EBS, what do you think of Doug ATM?
Doug has an ATM? That's awesome. Dude,
that's a disgusting term.
Doug went on Rakita last night.
That's right.
And I swear
what
he made like
20... Doug butt to mouth. I think it's whatever he's into. John is right on it.
Wait, what'd you say, John?
Nothing. It's a term in adult entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
What do I think of Doug? I think he's great. Good for him. He's got Earthworm Jim's doing good. He's got 8 days to go. I think he has a real shot at beating my first 2-month record on Cyberpunk of 538. So let's back Earthworm Jim the comic book and see if we can make that happen.
Dude, that Rakita appearance made him like $25,000.
Yeah, but every time he was on my show, he made $40,000.
That was an 8-hour stream. He was on Rakita for like an hour and a half.
I don't see the distinction, Mike.
More your money.
Can you get me on Rakita?
Mike, I've helped you too.
Yeah.
You know I have.
Of course.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying F Doug.
Oh.
That's sad.
F is for friendly?
I feel of Doug. Well, I feel a little better of Doug than I do of Nasser, but yeah, I feel of him about the same. I like them both, but man, they can rub you the wrong way.
You needed to yell at Nasser. People didn't understand what was going on. Like, what you were doing was like, all right, I've been putting up with this for so long. It's almost like you really needed to just unload on that kid, because people don't understand. He was doing some dumb stuff. He was out of control. Now, Nasser actually sent me a message today. I didn't tell you guys this. Do you want to hear about what Nasser had to say?
Are you going to share a private DM?
I'm gonna tell you the contents. I'm not gonna share them. And this is all stuff you wouldn't mind for you to know.
All right.
Okay? Because we could ask the other party involved, and he would tell you. Nasser said, that he and Donald settled things privately, and he gave half the rights back, and he can do whatever he wants with it. Okay? So he and Donald settled. He said, I just thought you'd like an update. This was out of the blue. Nasser, just said this to me yesterday evening. I said, what did you do that for? Those rights were yours, and you were 100% in the right to remind him of that. No. You guys have to understand where I'm coming in on this. Like what are we holding this kid up? Those rights were his. Like, he didn't have to give them back. Nobody was bullying him to return the rights that were rightfully his to Donald. So it's like, this is like, it makes it look like he got beaten up and was, threatened and returned these rights. So I said, those rights were yours, and you were 100% in the right to remind him of that. Giving them back to Donald wasn't the right thing to do. People aren't upset with you for that. Most people think Donald is an idiot for giving you 50% of his character. People are upset because they felt like they let you close and you betrayed them. I want you to understand that. Happy 4th. And he just said, I just don't want to work with Donald. He's like, I'm doing novels. And, he threatened me and tried to, that kind of thing. I said, that's fine. Makes sense to me. Wish you luck. And he said, thanks so much for everything you did for me. All the streams, the trading card, and everything. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you.
Aww.
So a little Nasser
That's
there.
good. Yeah.
But I mean, people should just understand. Like, when Nasser told me he gave the rights back, I was like, no. That wasn't the thing to do. Even though like, in a way, it's kind of like, yeah, he was holding them over Donald's head and being kind of a dick about it. It's just like, those were yours. That was money, and you should have made Donald buy them off of you in some way.
No.
Yeah. Agreed.
So,
but I think he's doing a gesture of goodwill. I'm looking to see if he wrote me anything in DMs, and it doesn't look good.
He didn't write you anything? Lama Giganti says, disagree with EVS on this, and Illustration by Design says Nasser's good people. I think that guy's a fan of Nasser. He can be. I like Nasser. I have a hard time because it's like, I like him, and I understand people get the wrong idea. Well, people get ideas about him. I can't tell you if they're wrong or right, but I still like the kid, and I wish I could give him another chance, but I can't give him a chance. And it sucks. When you find out someone's not trustworthy.
Lama Gigante, what exactly do you disagree with? He said a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Rebel Leaf says, Donald is one of those people that says things in the moment to feel good about himself and then takes it back later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just inconsistent.
Well, Nasser still doesn't have a frog in his Twitter deal. He's got a cherry, though. And a knife.
Yeah, I got the backstabber cherry. I got
No,
it.
the knife is because he's the freaking. He loves all the horror crap. That's like a.
What's the strawberry?
The strawberry was me telling him to take that stupid cherry off his thing, and he's like, "I'll just make it a fruit salad."
And then he has like a silver medal. Second
I don't know
place
what
medal.
the hell the silver medal is.
Lama Giganti said this was a way for Nasser to put out the fire, and give the rights back was a way to de-escalate. Yeah, I understand that, but see, that's still coercion. It's intimidation.
It is, and frankly, other than Nasser created the entire story for Brutus the Badass. So, I understand. I'm an artist, and when I design a character, I want the rights of me creating what a character looks like. But Donald just gave him a drawing and said, think Wolverine in space, or Wolverine as a bounty hunter, or something like that. And it's like Nasser took that and wrote 3 freaking issues, and now he's just giving all that to Donald. That's why I told Donald, dude, at least don't use his issue 2 and 3 if
No, I'm not for that. Like, I'm not for Donald for Nasser giving the rights back. And it's too late now. He already did it, but
yeah,
I want to make it clear. Wrong thing to do, wrong message. I think what people really wanted from Nasser were apologies, sincere apologies. Like, Umbrella Guy, John, maybe Yellow Flash. I don't know if Yellow Flash deserves an apology, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want an apology. Just recognition that he's going off, off a bit. Like, it's just, bad direction what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to say sorry to me. Just stop doing the crazy stuff.
Come back. What's weird about it now, though, is that when because of the condition of things, this is what people need to understand. It's like, because of the way things are, there's so much gay ops, there's so much weirdness out there that once trust is broken, it's hard to come back, because what happens is, we have private discussions, we talk about things, we talk about our plans, we have little rooms where we talk about stuff that's going on, and it's like, you let someone who's manifestly made it clear that they have alliances with people who wish us harm for some reason. And you let them back indoors because they said they apologize. And then they're in there spying and releasing personal information and comments that people made to people who want to do us harm. It's, it's hard to know somebody like Nasser, like, if he ever would repent and really be sincere. And I would say no. I would bet, I hate to say it, I would bet no. And so it's like, I know, you got to go.
I do think Nasser is sincere. And I don't think he would apologize unless he actually meant it.
Yeah.
By the way, Bitcoin's at 11,201.
That's what I saw it at, yeah. Oh, no. It just rose again.
Yeah.
11,233.
Ooh.
Just jumped again. People in the chat all have different opinions about this. He says, I don't think he knows what he's doing. Yeah, we don't know. You understand? It's like, we don't know what Nasser's doing either,
Yeah, Lemon Gigante says, I don't think Nasser understands what he did wrong. And if he doesn't understand it, or if he can't be made to understand it, then he won't apologize. I think, for good or ill, that's a sign of character. It's like,
yeah.
Nasser is a Muppet? Well, he does have the eyebrows. Static MM, $2, just gives me a smiley face with his tongue sticking out.
By the way, I don't think Nasser is trying to come back either. So, anyone who says you guys should forgive him, well, I've already forgiven him. But when I forgive him, I say, yeah, go do your thing. Hey, I'm not doing comics. I'm going to do books. Yeah, good luck. And I mean that sincerely. It breaks my heart. We have fun. We get personal with each other. I think we all know each other so well. And when someone kind of gets dissatisfied and kind of wants to stop being a part of our little clique, our little group here, it's like losing a friend.
Yeah, I think that's why it's hard for me to hate on even Doug. You know, like all the stuff I see where it goes against us, and again, it's hurtful, and but it's like, hey man, for 6 months we were all,
We had
like
good times.
bros, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leodar says, "Did Ro apologize to Anna yet?" I don't know if he apologized to Anna. He apologized to the world.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Look, that was a. Here's the problem. Some of us go on live streams completely shit faced. Excuse my language. People get drunk, and when they get drunk and go, the worst thing that you can possibly do is get completely sloshed and go on a live stream. That's one thing. There's an extra added thing when you're just in the chat. When you're in the audience, or when you're on the show, we can say, "Hey, you're drunk." But when you're in the chat, it's hard to say, it's hard to see, and you feel more like you can do whatever you want. And Ro was effed up when he said that. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about that. I don't usually tell anybody who isn't Comicsgate, like who isn't a pro. I don't ever offer recommendations or give advice or anything like that. But in Ro's case, because he has been on my show a bunch of times, I said, you need to apologize. And he did. He apologized for like 2 minutes straight, and you could tell it was sincere.
Yeah, it was absolutely heartfelt.
GK1 said regarding Nasser, none of this is important if John Malin goes to prison. Focus, people.
I'll visit you on death row.
Rebel Leaf, what he said generally or otherwise is it's not important. It's
you can find it.
Yeah,
if you're curious, you can go on Twitter and look at people outraged with Ro. But he made a pretty was it a joke? It wasn't a joke. It was just a reference to Anna's sister that was
less than thoughtful.
Less than thoughtful. Really bad. Like really bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Doug called Comicsgate toxic, an SJW rainbow movement.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem when you just blanket anybody. Are there toxic people in Comicsgate? Yeah. That doesn't. Are there toxic people that are Republicans? Yeah. You can't blanket, and Doug doing that, I think, is wrong. But I'm not his daddy, so whatever.
I will say this: I feel comfortable in how I conducted myself with Doug. I think I treated Doug extremely well. And this is the thing. Ultimately, it's all about us being able to look in the mirror, look at ourselves in the mirror in the morning, and say, "Did I do anything wrong?" I think I treated Doug like a brother, and I think I helped Doug. I think about when Doug was scared and he came to me for help, and I think about how I pulled together all my resources, and I was still a relatively small channel, and got him on board, introduced him to you guys. People forgot who Doug TenNapel was at that point. It's like I reminded an entire group of people, an entire fan base about who Doug TenNapel was, turned them on to Bigfoot Bill, reminded them about Earthworm Jim, and gave Doug everything he needed to be successful again. And I still feel like throughout that I gave him good advice, sound advice, unselfish advice. I gave of myself and my time to help Doug. And what I asked in return was for him to be kind, and to also remember how important Comicsgate is to me. Comicsgate is very important to me. The principles of Comicsgate mean everything to me. And I said, even if at some point, you decide you don't like them or you want to do something else, don't ever run Comicsgate down, because it's important. This is, people need to understand we're up against an enormous SJW tidal wave in the mainstream. And the only real way that we can break through that, the only real way that like people who refuse to bow to those people can actually do well, survive, prosper, is if we all kind of come together and have a label. Individuals can't do it. Doug TenNapel versus the mainstream, yeah, he can do fine by himself. But Comicsgate versus the mainstream, that's a thing, that's a movement, that's a cause, that's a powerful word that scares the hell out of these SJWs. So when people say Comicsgate is dying, that makes them happy. The idea that we're splitting up or doing our own separate things, even if we all individually prosper. Let's say I'm doing really well, Mike's doing real well. Doug's doing real well. John, Zach, we're all making money and doing fine. But if we aren't Comicsgate, they think they've won. It's a really strange thing. They can't write articles about us as individuals doing well. They can write articles, scary articles, and be afraid of and be moved by, ultimately, a word like Comicsgate. So, I told Doug, I said, don't run it down. It's important. So I'm sad that he's doing that.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
And he's doing it because he's trying to reach people who are scared of Comicsgate to be whatever on his show or whatever. So he can't just quietly be like, well, I'm just not going to mention Comicsgate anymore. He's got to do whatever he's doing. I'm not really.
Well, there's
really
power.
hip to it.
There's power in anything, Mike. If you want to come out and say, I'm for this group of people against something else, that's a movement you can get people to join, but you're only serving yourself. Like, Doug is only serving himself by coming out against Comicsgate. Yeah. What he's doing is gathering together people who are scared of or disaffected by, or even people who already hated us, and utilizing them, using us, kind of to help himself. And, again, from the start, I said, please don't do this, because it's not about you and me. It's not about war campaign. It's not about any of individuals and bad feelings. It's never about that. It can't be about that. It has to be about the power of this movement against the mainstream. We can all do it together. We can have different views about them. Mike and I disagree about stuff, but we're still working together. And when people talk about what Comicsgate is, they're going to say Ethan Van Sciver and Mike S. Miller, John Malin, and they're going to say Doug TenNapel too, whether he likes it or not. So it would just it'd be better if we all work together.
I agree. Bogus Fortune for $5 says, Doug has Hollywood mindset. Use and discard people when no longer useful. I hate to think that. But what's next? What's coming next is Board Game Gate. And that's why Elijah...
Yeah, let's sell some...
that's why Elijah's here to sell Masters of Mayhem. Elijah, why don't you tell us about your board game?
What about it? I'm not good at this.
You better learn. Better get good.
Learn it. Pitch.
Um,
Like it's the most important thing in your life.
What's the most important thing?
Besides Jesus.
Oh, this is Elijah's project? I thought it was Mike's.
No, it's Elijah.
Where you been, Elijah?
I know. Elijah.
Yeah.
You got more backers.
No, I didn't.
You got 8 now.
I had 8.
You had 8?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Check your phone.
No.
I think someone might have thrown another $1 or 2 at you. Disavow this pitch. Alright, we'll just let the game pitch itself. Hold on.
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well, spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple: by causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Oh, look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. Abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start the apocalypse today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and or limbs lost during gameplay.
There it is. Because my son is not a very good pitchman, he created that. He and Xevious created that fantastic
Mike,
commercial.
you launched Lone Star Soul of the Soldier with no pitch at all.
Pretty cool,
Throwing your kid under the bus like that. Ooh, Cecil's in chat.
Hey, Cecil. Of course.
Hey, yo, what's up, fellas?
Eliote, what's up, brother?
What's going on? What's going on, fellas?
We're selling board games. 10% funded within 29 days remaining.
Nice.
You just waking up, Elliot, or you've been up all night?
Kind of. I binge watched Stranger Things today, and then my daughter was upset because you were supposed to watch with me, so I tried to watch with her, but I fell asleep. So I'm up now.
Right on. Black Wolf Senpai for $2 says, "Have a blessed night, Mike. Time for sleep. Have a great night, Black Wolf. It's only 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Lucky you.
Sleep too. But instead,
Black
I'm here
Wolf was
trying to-
on my
trying to-
channel tonight, guys. So if anyone's curious, you can go watch my show and we talk a bit.
What was on your show tonight?
Oh, Black Wolf Senpai.
Oh, cool.
I invited him on to draw because he asked if he could come on and draw. And I said, well, if I do it tomorrow, which was tonight, I said I'll have you come on. And then he came on, but then he couldn't get his camera stuff to work, so I told him to figure it out.
Rebel Leaf says 7 p.m. here. Entertaining stream. 7 p.m. Where is it? 7 p.m.
That sounds like sexy time to me.
7. What part of the globe? I don't want to figure it out. Just tell me where you live.
Hey, Kyung's in the chat. Hi, Kyung.
What's up, Kyung?
I do want my game to be.
Oh, what?
Video.
What? You have something to say?
I want my game to be a video game. It would be so cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that could be something in the future.
What if you got like $100,000? Would you make that a stretch goal?
Yes, I would totally make that a stretch goal.
That'd be so sick.
I'd like a mobile game because PC. Actually,
Yeah, you could totally make that
if
an
you
app.
could speed up the game somehow, it could be like 30-minute, 15-minute game on a video game.
Yeah. Static MM. We don't swear on my channel. Thank you very much.
I do sometimes. I apologize. It's hard sometimes to not curse.
Yes.
Hard. It didn't used to be. I wasn't allowed to curse when I was a good Mormon lad. Now that I'm a Christian, I'm cursing all the time.
You're learning bad habits from Doug to Navel.
Now I'm a Methodist, I think. I've decided I'm a Methodist.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
what Andrea was. Andrea was raised Methodist, so I'll try that out.
there's a Methodist to her madness.
Yeah, it's me.
No, that's a madness to her Methodist. Elliot, what do you think about Masters of Mayhem?
I think it's great. I especially like the 1960s kids that you have there playing the game.
Now, were all the ideas like the '60s kids that Elliot just brought up? Were they all Elijah's ideas?
Yeah.
Good job. Very good.
Thank you.
Felix Walken asks, "Is Mike a creationist?" This is correct. 100%, baby.
Evan's playing Skyrim.
You're welcome, Static. I'm welcome. He says he apologizes. You're forgiven.
Kevin's in chat.
What's up, Kyung?
You guys are crazy.
What? Why? Because it's 3 a.m.
Hey, Elijah, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
He's at 10%.
Yeah, more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I got a preview of this game when we met up at WonderCon.
Oh,
yeah, I remember that.
Were they playing it?
They weren't playing it, but I got to see some of the pieces.
Oh, right on.
So good quality stuff.
Right? Yeah. I think it's gonna. I mean, people are gonna dig it. Everyone who's played it really, really likes it. So, looking forward.
I'm just worried that there's like a similar game out there that I don't know about.
Felix says, "Is Mike a young Earth creationist?" Yes, Felix. I believe in a literal Adam and Eve.
6,000 years.
Yeah, roughly. Dominic Russo says 6,000 subs. I have 6,600 subs now, don't I? Wait, what?
John.
Ion666, speaking of sixes, sent me this. Said Jalen Malin ain't paying no ticket, and then this guy's jumping over the edge, and he getting out of there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, with the training that you're doing, hopping off the top bunk, that should be no problem.
Yeah, good strong ankles and calves.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
Have you
did
thought
it.
about carving a gun out of soap?
Oh shoot, who did that?
It's been done.
Dillinger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he carved a soap gun, used black shoe polish, and
Yep.
got out of jail with it.
Nice.
Yeah. Mike, what do you think about flat Earthism?
I prefer donut shaped. I'm with John Malin.
There we go. That's the next evolution.
I find
I
the
don't know,
hollow Earth theory to be much more entertaining.
Flat Earthers, man. I'm watching this documentary. I find them incredibly fascinating.
Yeah, because some of them are like legitimately sold on it. I mean, I delved into that for a while because one of my really good friends, he says he's not a flat earther, but he's just like, this stuff is so. And then like every time I'd argue with him, he'd have something to argue with me about. And he kept sending me videos to watch, so I was like, I mean, I love the guy, so I was watching all the stuff he sent me. So,
but there's somebody had a theory for the extinction of dinosaurs related to this flat Earth theory.
Really? I haven't heard.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh yeah. Hold on a second. I'll show you in a minute. It's a image here. It's a meme. Here it is.
Oh. Yeah. I've
So
seen
you got the flat Earth. You got the meteor coming. Boom! Launches him. Look at the dinosaur screaming into the vacuum of space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flung him right off.
Hey,
Sold.
sold. Yeah. Right.
My thing with this is, and maybe I'm really wrong about this, and someone I'm sure will square me away, but it discounts gravity, doesn't it? Like, how can a flat Earth have gravity? How does that work?
One of their reasons, which flies in the face of physics, so don't ask me if it's a legit reason, is they say that the flat Earth is accelerating up at a rate of whatever.
That's the only way you can create.
But you can't, because if you're moving, then eventually everything that's moving with you acclimates to the speed you're going. The G-forces all merge together. It's like you're on a train. You don't feel that you're going 300 miles an hour. So your acceleration matches whatever you're on. So that whole thing is...
I love them talking about the Earth moving, like rocketing through space or spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. And they just act like that's like... The Earth is really, really big.
The air pressure is holding you down.
Yeah, well, no, it's not only that. It's 1,000 miles an hour is the Earth rotating once every 24 hours. So in other words, get on a merry-go-round, sit on the edge of it, and I'm going to walk you around and rotate the merry-go-round
No.
once
The flat Earth does not rotate.
in a day. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying, that the Earth spins. That scientific theory is invalid because it's ridiculous. We'd be thrown off into space if we were going that fast.
The flat Earth doesn't spin. The sky.
Mike, you're not hearing me. I'm saying flat earthers are denying fake globalists. They don't believe in globalism or globalists.
Oh, you're saying because they're saying that we would fly off the globe.
That's right. They're dumb and they think 1,000 miles an hour is really, really
no,
fast.
The best part is the ones who say, "Well, if you flew down to Australia, your plane would be upside down."
Well, what I'm saying to both of you is that the air pressure is holding you down.
That's a thought.
To Mike's
there's no-
theory and Elliot and everyone.
But there's no air in space.
No, but that's the pressure would be within the dome.
Oh God. Hey,
I like them. I like these flat earthers making fun of like the globe theory. They're like, how come these rivers run uphill? And they point to the earth and go, look, this river is running uphill because there's an up on Earth. I mean, it's just like I'm watching this stuff and I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I'm like, well, you flipped the Earth the other way and now it's going downhill. How do you like that? I fixed it.
Wait a minute. But there's other rivers now. They're going uphill.
They think there's an up in space.
Bears Den wants to know, how did we get our oil without dinosaurs?
It's the blood of the earth.
Does he believe that fossil fuels are actually all made out of dinosaurs? The trillions of gallons of oil we've pumped out of the earth is all
made up
dead
words
dinosaurs.
like trillions.
Bogus Fortune for $5 says, Occam's razor, planets and sun are spheres, but Earth is flat.
I believe
Right.
NASA's lying too.
Well, NASA lies. Come on, let's be realistic.
That guy had a whole thing. He had a license plate that said NASA lies.
Nice.
Well,
See, I'm down
And
with
people
that.
thought it said nasalies.
I just don't think that there are frisbees in space. I just don't get it.
Well, maybe there's no space.
It's a
Oh
dome.
gosh. Whatever you call that expanse that we're floating in. Whatever.
You don't know. What if we're not floating in an expanse? Like, what if everything is a lie? See, this is the thing. Once you get together, the thing that I garnered from this documentary on Netflix is most of this is about, if you've ever known conspiracy theorists, they get a real warm feeling about knowing something is a lie that everybody else believes. And it creates community. It creates a sense of community. Yeah. And half of this documentary was like, people dating, because you can't, if you're a flat earther, you can't date a global realist. You can't. You have to only date other flat earthers. So then they have dating sites for flat earthers. But I mean, this is the thing. Like, if you believe everything's a lie, NASA's just showing us pictures that they generated CGI. This is all soundstage lies. Everything becomes a lie. There is no outer space. There's no such thing.
Ben Jones is a plant.
Well, they take it. They take it to extremes. They do take it to extremes. But I mean, everyone agrees that the government lies to us, and then everyone ignores the fact that NASA is the government.
Right. Mike doesn't believe in the moon landing. People are saying.
I don't believe in the first moon landing.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Watch since you're into documentaries. Go watch the BBC documentary.
I love this.
A funny thing happened on the way to the moon.
Oh yeah. I will.
Go watch that one. You'll come away from it and you'll be like, "Wait a minute."
What about chemtrails, Mike?
Chemtrails? Do I believe that there are pictures of jets dumping?
That it is
stuff in the
other than
atmosphere?
just condensation. Yes.
Yeah, there's legit pictures of jetliners dumping stuff into the atmosphere. You can look it up.
Okay.
I didn't know Mike was a moon landing conspiracist. I didn't know that. A moon hoaxer.
He's been on stream wearing tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
What I really want to know is what happens to the urine in the urinal in the bathroom on the airplane.
It gets ejected
they
out
dump
of the
it.
plane.
It gets jettisoned into the air, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
No, it doesn't. No, it lands, and then they have they pump it out, dispose of it. They don't jettison it into the air.
Where's the suction
It's
come
not
from?
the Dave Matthews Band up there.
Yeah, there are people with trucks that take the pee pee and poo poo out of the airplane with hoses.
They should
I don't
jettison it.
I don't believe in anything. I really
What
don't.
if there's just a big brown streak on the back of the airplane?
Hey, I've never seen it though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got another one.
BBC should do it. To do a documentary.
Ooh, 9 backers, $594. Woot woot. Thank you, Keith, whoever Keith is.
Mike, do you believe in UFOs?
I believe in unidentified flying objects, yes.
Well, everyone does. Do you believe in aliens visiting Earth?
No.
Okay.
I've seen a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
But it was just a biplane, Mike. You just didn't know what it was.
No, I can identify a biplane.
Oh.
Okay. Well, what was the UFO, Mike?
Ooh, Static MM for $50 says pee pee and poo poo.
I'm the one who said that. Mike, see how I help you?
Are you implying that it might have been an alien? Mike?
No, I'm implying that I saw something that is unidentified flying an object and acted against the laws of physics.
What if it wasn't an object? What if it was just light?
It was a light, but it was up in space, right? And it was moving. I just thought it was a satellite, and I'm just watching the satellite go across the sky, and then out of the blue, it makes like a, what is that, 100 and...
Oh yeah, I remember.
It makes like a check mark turn and rockets at like 10 times the speed it was going.
Well, maybe the
Like
the flat Earth
absolute
took a weird
angle,
turn.
just like that. I was like, whoa, what the hell was that? So that was unidentified. It was flying, and it was an object.
Yeah, and I believe my argument was that it was a piece of dust that was just so far in front of your eyeball that caught light and a little gust of wind.
There you go. Debunked, as Jamal Igle would say. Debunked.
Rebel Leaf says, Mike thinks Earth is 6,000 years old and makes claims on things defying physics. Does the age of the universe, or does the age of the Earth alter the laws of physics? Maybe it was an angel, Mike. Hey, if it was still an unidentified flying object.
Mike makes a lot of good points.
Sigfie says,
I mean, not here, but
85% of the world energy comes from fossil fuels. Why are you telling me that? I'm just asking anyone who actually thinks that oil is made out of dinosaurs. We've pumped trillions, uncounted trillions of gallons of tons of oil out of the earth. If you really think that that's dinosaurs, I got a
Mike, but if dinosaurs lived for hundreds of millions of years, you know what I mean? Like, there was life on this earth for hundreds of millions of years. How much, and all of this decay, all of this matter decaying and becoming something else, only a few of those animals were privileged enough to be fossilized. We're talking about an awful lot of substance, hundreds and millions of years worth of animals. It's not like, just some dinosaurs, a couple of dinosaurs. A lot. Like
what?
more than dozens,
wait,
Mike.
what happened to all these dinosaurs that they got collected under the crust of the earth?
What do you mean they got collected? They decayed. Only a few of them were fossilized. It's not easy to be fossilized. It's hard.
You think the rest of the dinosaur population climbed miles under the crust of the earth to become oil?
No, Mike, they decayed. They decayed.
They decayed, and their decay went miles under the earth?
Sure.
Is that how nature works today?
Mike, I don't know, because I would say yes. Actually, I would say
today?
yes, because we're talking about the span of millions and millions and millions of years.
Say an elephant dies in the Serengeti.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to its body?
Mike, it's all about conditions, though. I've heard this thing. I've been like, what if your cat dies in your front lawn? What happens to the cat's body? Does it become stone?
No, I'm not talking about stone. I'm talking about oil.
Does it become oil? No, I suppose not.
No, nothing. I mean, granted, oil is from biomass, but the best explanation, I don't know, I guess the flood would be a good explanation, but...
Flood is a great explanation. I would like to offer this explanation from Jamal Igle. Charlie Kirk said, despite the best attempts at destroying a salute to America, the place is packed. God bless Donald Trump. God bless America. Here's a photograph of Trump's event today or yesterday. Jamal Igle, his theory, flat Earth, fake photo. fake photo, Mike. These people are geniuses.
Oh my
Fake.
gosh! You know what? That's from Forrest Gump. Unhinged Crank for $2 says, Mike, are cream pies extraterrestrial? Not that I'm aware of. Igor Banner says, the dead cats in a hoarder's fridge becomes oil. Again with the cats. Why do you guys hate my cat so much?
Mike, it's from Forrest Gump.
You remember the scene where Forrest Gump is giving the speech at the right there?
Yeah.
And then Jenny comes running into the waiting pool?
No, I don't. No way.
Jenny!
All right, well,
Jenny!
so then somebody comes back and just hits Jamal Igle with this. They go, nope, Jamal, no. Here's more evidence. Here's more evidence of the event. Here it is. Here are photographs of what's going on. Look at this beautiful platform.
Mm-hmm.
More evidence. Here are people here. Look, people camping out to see the president the size of the head of a pin, like from that distance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? I bet
What?
Jamal Igle believes in the moon landing.
Look, already debunked. Already debunked, says Jamal. They debunked those photographs. All that footage debunked. Debunked. God.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the beginning of crude oil formation happened millions of years ago. Oil is a fossil fuel that has been formed from a large amount tiny plants and animals such as algae and zooplankton. These organisms fall to the bottom of the sea once they die and over time get trapped under multiple layers of sand and mud. As time goes by, heat and pressure begin to rise as the organisms get buried deeper and deeper below the surface. Depending on the amount of pressure, heat, and type of organisms determines if the organisms will become natural gas or oil. The more heat, the lighter the oil. If there's even more heat and the organisms were made up of mostly plants, the natural gases form. Once the oil and natural gases form, it migrates through pores in the rocks until it gets trapped under cap rock and clay where the oil can no longer get through. This is where we find oil today.
You believe that?
Yes.
Why? Because somebody wrote it?
No, I
Yeah.
trust it. I trust
Why
it.
do you
I don't-
trust
I don't
it?
believe anything.
Why would you trust
people
that?
spend their entire lives studying this stuff, Mike. I'm just a comic book guy.
I
read
know,
comic
but
books.
use some common sense here. What happens?
Common
to
sense.
What happens? Do you have a freaking fish tank? Have you ever seen anything in nature die and then just lay there?
Well, you clean
There's
fish
scavengers, there's bacteria, there's an
And those
entire
die too.
ecosystem of things that live off dead things, and those things live off each other. Dude, it's called the circle of life. The circle of life doesn't end at the bottom of the ocean so that we can have an excuse for where fossil fuels came from. You're just
Oh my gosh.
you're buying.
Mike, where did it come from then?
I don't know.
Okay, well, scientists do know. They're
They
telling
don't
you.
know. They're speculating. That's
They're
the
not
thing.
speculating.
You're so
It's science.
you're so used to just buying whatever they say.
I know.
Right?
It's the same with the flat earthers and the
But
the
yeah,
damn
but,
pesky
but
globalists.
This goes completely against everything we know about this freaking way the world works.
Mike is as mad now as I was at Nasser.
I just think
That's
it's
funny.
ridiculous because you're buying this crap just because somebody with the PhD after his name said it. Because, well, he's been studying it longer. Well, why don't you study some freaking
Bible.
common sense? Yellow Flash, $2. LOL. Mike, stick to comics. Your science is poo.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah.
It's not. It's all conjecture, but you guys
Why?
just swallow
What
it
for?
like it's true.
Why would they lie?
They're not. They're just trying to come up with theories, but then when they say the theory, they don't say it as, well, this is a speculation or this is conjecture. They just say it as if it's fact, and then
They
guys
don't.
like you just go, oh,
It's a theory. They
okay.
test it over
Well,
and
that
over
must
again.
be true.
it makes the most sense. Nobody's been able to deny it.
A lab coat said it, so
no, it's not, Mike. It's not, Mike. Don't do that. Don't sit there. Don't do that with the lab coat thing. No, it's science. People have theories. They test it. It could be debunked. I mean, you if you have a better theory that disproves this theory. These theories are all waiting to be disproved.
If it's true, then they should have evidence of it happening today. I'd like to see that evidence.
How do they have evidence of something happening today that took hundreds of millions, perhaps billions of years to? You know what I mean? Like you
so
can't just.
So you're saying the dead matter took hundreds of just laid there on the bottom of the seafloor for hundreds of billions of years.
Matter is matter, Mike. It exists. It doesn't go away.
Dude,
it's still there. It's just changing form. Due to other forces acting on it, it's changing form. That's what.
Okay, stop. You know this from everything you've experienced in your life. Our entire ecosystem recirculates itself. Right? Everything in the ecosystem, from rain to plant life to matter to animals, everything, it's called the circle of life, and you've watched it, you've seen it in every science book. Everything gets recycled.
To be fair, Mike, I learned that from scientists.
But
not everything.
You don't have to learn that
not
from
everything.
Scientists.
You can find woolly mammoths in Siberia.
You can go outside and watch it. You can watch time-lapse
Everything
stuff.
gets eaten.
Everything, exactly, Ethan. Everything gets eaten.
Some things get buried. Some things get buried and they get preserved. That's what this thing said.
See,
it said that sand and mud cover them.
But this, I know. But you have to keep in mind, we are talking about uncounted trillions of gallons of crude oil.
It's a big planet, Mike.
Oh, brother.
Huge.
Will B for $5 says, Yamato Damashi, my fellow half Japanese. Thanks, Hoppa, bruh. Unhinged Crank says, Bitcoins comes from dead dinosaurs?
Jesus loves you, Mike. God still loves you, even though, oil came from.
You guys are just not using your rational minds. You're just believing.
We're not. Because we don't know things. Our rational minds aren't correct.
That's the thing.
They make assumptions. They make assumptions.
Rather than being like me, who is just willing to say, I don't know.
This isn't science.
Assume.
No, you're not saying you don't know.
I did.
You're saying you're denying.
You said where did it come from, and I said I don't know. But what I'm saying is that their explanation doesn't wash with what we see in the natural world.
I'm here to defend Mike.
Thank you, Cecil.
Because inadvertently you stumbled onto the right thing. I know you didn't mean it. Now, there are legit scientists now who are not crackpot theories, not flat earthers, like legit guys who are saying that the amounts of oil that we're using don't match up to the amount of decomposing and the fraction of the amount of decomposing that would become fossil fuel. People are now looking to the fact that it could be like a byproduct or a waste product of like magma and spinning core, and that oil is actually constantly being produced from the center of the earth.
Cecil.
And
that's not science. That's not fact. No. That stands up as well as our argument.
But the theory just says.
But because it works in your favor. Oh yeah, that's fact.
You
just heard it from Cecil. Cecil just got back from drinking on a beach all night. Go ahead, Cecil.
Listen to what he said.
Fossil fuel is also a theory. It's still they will never call it like a fact. It's repeated so much that it's become a fact, but it's still a theory.
Yeah, everybody.
We're comfortable with that. Mike's not.
I read a book years ago. It was by the guy. We had that number that we were all taught in school that there were 200 years left of fossil fuels, and this was in the 50s. And the guy who wrote that, he worked for Shell. He was a young guy. He worked for Shell Oil, and Shell Oil was like, "We need you to do, write a report on how much oil is left." And he, he's like, he was in his 80s or 90s when he was writing this book. He's like, I didn't know what the fuck, I'm sorry, Mike. He's like, I had no, this was written in the 50s. He's like, I had absolutely no. He said he just made up the numbers. He's admitting this, and he came up with the number 200. And he said within 2 years it was taught in every textbook, every college textbook, every high school textbook globally. And he was like, he just made that number up, and that's how quickly things become fact, science fact.
That's right.
And the guy who made that number, he was an employee for Shell, who was charged with coming up with how much oil was left on Earth. He wrote that report internally for Shell, and it is now fact. And he's telling he told straight up, right up until the time he died, that he just literally made the numbers up because there was no way for him to know. They gave him an impossible assignment in the 1950s to find out how much oil was on Earth. So he just, knew about whatever reserves were already found, and then just made up numbers how long before they'd run out, and then came up with 200.
Bet you that guy.
So a lot of what we are taught as fact is just stuff like that.
Yep.
And this guy went to his deathbed trying to tell people.
Mike's like, yeah.
Mike hops in bed with any idea that works. Go ahead.
Liam Gray for $2 says, imagine political repercussions of renewable oil. John, I think you're missing the point that Cecil started with. Is the reason they had to come up with a new theory is because the freaking numbers don't add up.
Oh, I don't care what their numbers are. The guy could have said it's going to last 5,000 years.
That's not what I'm talking about.
To me, the only goal on that is price
missing.
fixing.
You're really good at missing things. The point he was saying is that there is not enough biomass produced.
I don't think that's what the 200-year number said at all.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
No,
about
those were actually two different points I was making.
Yeah.
One was the guys, and the other thing was that legit scientists, not like crackpots, are saying that the amount of waste is not enough to it probably is self-renewing, and there is reasons why they would want to keep that under their hat because of the pricing of it. So it probably is being created all of the time. Oil is just like a byproduct of our core of our Earth, basically.
Trevor Wright says, "Wow, John is going down stupid lane." I wouldn't.
What are you
say
talking?
that.
Look at Mike cherry picking. Let me cherry pick, Mike. Let me find what I can get here.
Like I know my argument doesn't really,
Your argument
really
makes perfect sense, Cecil. Thank you very much.
Your argument may not be
I don't know
popular.
if you're helping when you say that, Mike.
Your argument may not be
I
popular.
usually know I'm right if you're arguing against me. This is a little frightening.
What are you saying, Elliot?
No, I was going to agree. I think the argument might be popular, but it's still it's just as much a theory as any other theory, and I think that that is the danger of calling theories facts right off the top.
Yeah.
Everybody in this conversation called it a theory in the beginning, but we defend it like it's a fact.
Well, it's just the best. It's the best theory.
Obviously.
Well, it may be
So
the best theory.
That's the thing. Theories are tested and tested. They're disprovable. Science is disprovable.
But you just said that you can't. There's no way they can actually prove that because it takes 12 million years or whatever to prove it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You said it.
No. He says, "How come?" Mike said, "How come we aren't seeing oil being made right now?" That's a ridiculous thing to ask. It took a long time to make oil under these circumstances. I'm not saying that it takes 12 million years or 700 million years to prove a theory.
It actually doesn't take that long to make oil.
Mr. Dead in his pocket said, "You're a theory, EVS."
Damn it. Take that.
Shut me up.
I don't even know if you're there anymore.
Yeah, I am a theory. I'm ethanol. That's right, Fire Dragon. Thank you. Ethanol.
Lama
is my-
Gigante says Mike learned science from Lion King.
Lion.
Oh.
Circle of life.
Oh.
That's me cherry picking, Mike. You're welcome.
How far up did you go?
I don't know. Not very far.
Theory in science means we're 99% sure, says Jamimax. No, it doesn't.
No, there is just a theory. It's just like
theory's just a
a
theory.
very strong guess.
No. That's not what a theory is.
Sure, it
That's
is.
the hypothesis. A theory's been tested.
Oh, really?
It's
How
like
did
gravity
they, how
is
did
a
they
theory.
test? How did they test the theory for how oil is created? Did they
Let
to the,
EVS
did they
go
to
to
the bottom of
college
the ocean?
and come back in 10 years. He'll give you that answer.
That's right. I'm too dumb.
Well, you just said.
We're
Well,
not
no, I didn't
scientists,
say that. I
Mike.
said that's what a theory is. That's something I know the answer to. A theory is not just a guess. It's a hypothesis that's endured
Okay,
test,
well then
and that hasn't been disproven yet.
Let's call what they're saying what it is. It's a guess.
I'm looking up. What I did was I said how to test the theory of how oil was created, because I don't know. The origin of oil, a creationist answer. This will solve the problem for me.
Well, there's two different types of science. There's
I'll
forensic
nail
science
Mike with
and there's
this.
the scientific method.
Yeah. Get him.
All right, let me read the origin of oil from a creationist theory. The dominant view of the origin of oil amongst Western oil companies until 1969 was that it was due to the decay of living matter. Now other views are making themselves heard to try to resolve the issue whether oil is biogenic, derived from living matter, or abiogenic, built up from primordial matter, and therefore not from living matter. A Hedberg conference recently took place. The issue was not resolved. This suggests that a third alternative is needed. Jesus. That didn't help me at all, Mike.
Did it really say that?
Yes. How do you...
I disavow.
Okay, so it's the theobaric model, meaning it's made by God. The oil existed in pristine state before the flood and moved during the flood into reservoirs where we now find it. This has interesting implications for Christian apologetics and the choice of flood models. All right, so, where did it come from? It existed. God made it, and the flood moved it, Mike. That's your answer.
That's not my answer.
That's what it says.
Outer space is black because of
blindly
oil.
believe everything I read on a website.
You don't believe in creationism.
I do.
This is from Answers in Genesis.
That doesn't make...
Mike, are you about to tell me that it being in Answers in Genesis doesn't make it true?
Oil falls to the
makes
ground
it
every
a
night.
theory.
It's called darkness.
It makes it a guess. It makes it a guess. My guys are guessing. Those guys are guessing. You know why? Because nobody knows.
I'm going to stick with the guys that made electricity.
So a theory is a group of linked ideas according to the dictionary. To explain something, a theory provides a framework for explaining observations. The explanations are based on assumptions. From those assumptions follow a number of possible hypotheses that they can be tested to provide support for or challenge the theory.
Look up scientific theory.
George Alexopoulos for $5 says, The Mary Sue Indiegogo is live, friendos. Already 50% funded in less than a week. Well, you know what, George? Masters of Mayhem is live on Kickstarter right now. If you want to get over there and pick up a fantastic tabletop game from my son Elijah.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
And you know that's going to be good because that kid never sleeps. I love that. He has free-range children.
Yeah.
Scientific theory.
3 a.m. on a
tell
Thursday.
me
I got it here. I want to read it to you.
Okay, go.
So a scientific theory is best defined as a scientific theory is a well-substantiated explanation of some aspect of the natural world that is acquired through the scientific method and repeatedly tested and confirmed, preferably using a written predefined protocol of observations and experiments. But we can't.
That means evolution.
We just said that we can't.
Evolution does not qualify as a theory.
It means it's been tested,
You
and so
can't
far
use
all
the
of
scientific method to prove evolution.
well, no. So far, all of the available evidence supports the theory. It could be disproven.
But we just said that there are some scientists that are arguing against it.
Yeah, they have alternate theories that, but so far there's a dominant theory.
Well, the dominant theory doesn't necessarily mean it's the right theory. It just means that's what everyone's chosen.
But that's
believe.
what science is. Science
Also,
can be
hold on.
disproven. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right.
If you're going by the scientific definition of theory, it does not qualify because you cannot use something that takes millions of years and test it via the scientific method. The scientific method means that you have to be able to test and replicate something from.
Cecil, can you link me an article to this lava theory?
You can't replicate something that takes millions of years.
No, I was making that up, John. No, I can. I'll find it.
Because I am looking and I can't find
Just,
anything.
what the hell is the phrase for it? Hold on. Oh, man. I woke up to take a piss and I heard you guys.
Did you find out on one of Mike's websites?
Now I'm fighting about where oil came from. I don't care that much.
Devlin Avocado says dominant theories are the most promoted, profitable theories. Exactly. There's a lot of money inside.
It's all about money. Yeah.
Just like Globe Earth.
Yeah, it's a lie because to sell globes.
There's a lot of money in Globe Earth because you need things like you need to know like trajectories and stuff based on the circumference of the Earth. You can't.
It's all made up. Felix Haas says, John, it would burn up if it was a byproduct of the Earth's molten.
Okay, John, it's called abiotic theory.
Abiotic.
It's
abiotic.
Abiotic, yeah. Sorry.
Matt Costin says, Mike, what are you guys doing up? We're selling Masters of Mayhem, the tabletop game by my son Elijah. Hey, let's play the commercial. Let's take a quick commercial break for Masters of Mayhem.
This debate's brought to you.
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well, spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple. By causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. Abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start the apocalypse today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and/or limbs lost during gameplay.
Nice disclaimer.
12% funded within 29 days remaining. Thank you, everyone who has supported Masters of Mayhem. And now back to our regularly scheduled argument.
John, have you been doing research into abiotic?
Yeah, I'm trying to read some stuff, but
I'll read the short.
A lot of message board stuff.
I'll read the short one. Abiotic theory is the alternative theory about oil formation. About the formation of oil and gas deposits that could change the estimates of potential future oil reserves. According to the theory, oil is not a fossil fuel at all, but is formed deep in the Earth's crust from inorganic materials. That's just like the front. Yeah, it's more of a byproduct of the actions going on within the Earth. And that's why it's always being produced. And that's why all the theories about reserves are always being changed, because it's actually replenishing.
Yeah.
That's why they keep finding oceans of oil.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory.
Take that, Ma.
Spike Madness says
Somebody called me a nerd.
Mort.
Trevor Wright says anything to say EVS? No. I completely go okay to that.
Well, you didn't go okay when I was saying it.
You did it.
That's a decent scientific theory, Mike. It's a good theory. I still, I don't know. I'm not. Who knows?
Well,
But when you say, hey, it couldn't have come from animals because animals all eat each other, I have to go, no, that doesn't sound right.
But that is the basis of why they required a second theory. And
Mike,
that
no,
you
it isn't.
agree to.
Mike, they didn't come up with a
Cecil
second
said it.
theory because, wait a second, guys, animals all eat each other when they die. That's not why we better
He
come up with a different.
legitimately
They
just
didn't do
said it.
that.
Cecil legitimately just said it. There wasn't enough organic matter, and that's exactly why.
I don't
You
know.
can't
Cecil
have,
came at us with a report.
There
that
may
Mike-
not be
Circle
enough
of life.
organic matter. There
no,
may not be
there's
enough.
no freaking way on earth there would be enough. You guys are not understanding the volume of freaking oil we have taken out of the planet.
I don't know, man.
Oh, you know what?
Plants
Look that
die
up.
all the time.
Look that up.
Grass, algae,
John,
all that
look
stuff
up-
dies all the time.
Look up how much oil have we actually extracted.
This so dumb.
100. 9,000.
My grass grows every day.
We'll change the topic if with $20 worth of super chats. Otherwise, we're going to keep talking. So $20.
No, wait. Somebody has to buy a Masters of Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to keep talking about.
One back.
But Mike, can't you just trust in the science?
Obviously not.
No. Damn it. Hey, Mike, why didn't we go to the moon? What's your whole thing about that?
Oh wait, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
gosh,
Let's get on that. I
there's-
totally. That's where I woke up when I heard that. I was like, "What the?"
Wait a minute.
Okay, 135 billion barrels of oil since 1870. Oh wait, no, 135. Extracted 100 and.
That's a lot, Mike, but clearly it's
Yeah,
not
I wonder how many-
everything.
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
big
Mike, but clearly
planet.
there's more. It's a big planet.
Yeah, that's right. There's more. There's probably uncounted. 700 million barrels per year. 700 million barrels per year. How many
Spike in Madness
gallons
goes,
is in a
EVS has
barrel?
turned into Gwyneth Paltrow. What the How have I turned into Gwyneth Paltrow?
It's your looks, man.
Thanks. That's true.
Did you shave your legs today?
All right.
Yeah, I did.
There you
Got
go.
lip injections.
5 times 700.
Well, then turn on the camera, sweetie.
No, turn down the lights.
Lama Gigante says flat Ethan is real. Well,
So that's
I know.
38 and a half
Flat Cecil is not. Cecil
billion-
is not real. I am round.
gallons. Wait, was that million or billion or trillion?
Will B says, wait, my grandfather worked on the lunar module. Please don't tell me you're a flat earther. None of us in here are flat earthers. Few of us don't think we ever went to the moon, and some of us think the Earth is 6,000 years old.
I don't say we never went to the moon. I think the first one was propaganda.
But the flat Earth is stupid. It's dumb.
You think it was like a Cuban Missile Crisis?
Well, I think it was propaganda. No, I don't think the Cuban Missile Crisis was propaganda. But I think
Elliot, Mike doesn't believe in Cuba.
we were in a space race, right, with Russia, and then like Russia was already getting up. Russia was way ahead of us, and then we're like, oh well, hey look, we landed on the moon. Yeah, right.
It's that convenient.
It's no,
A little
dude,
too
watch,
convenient.
Watch that whole, yeah, right. But watch that whole documentary, dude. It is.
I watched a doc.
No,
You know
I'm
what's
just
funny?
saying,
Like I watched what's that Netflix documentary about the guy who whacked some girl like in a trailer park, burned her corpse up, but he's innocent. And this is like the second time he's been convicted for things he didn't do. What is that? The Making a Murder documentaries. Everyone who watches those
never
is just
watched
like
that.
he's innocent. Listen to the music.
Listen to the music.
I mean, he's so manifestly guilty. He's so guilty. Like everybody in the world conspired to set this guy up. And Gail Simone was like, "We got to get this guy free." And I was like, "Gail, he did it. Does it matter that he did it? He clearly did it." She's like, "Watch the documentary again, idiot." It doesn't matter that he did it. Documentary is a cause to free him from the man. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, Mike, I'll watch any documentary you tell me to.
All right. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying we never did. I'm just saying the first time I think it was a little too convenient, and I think it was propaganda to get us ahead of Russia.
Well, it definitely was propaganda to get us ahead of Russia, but we still did it, though. You know.
I watched one documentary where it was about the Nazis, and after the war, there was this one Nazi. There's this he was a high-ranked Nazi, and I think he's intelligence. And he convinced the Americans to bring him along with them because the Americans didn't have that much information on Russia at the time. And so what his job was to do was to get them information on Russia. And so what he did was he fabricated a lot of evidence, making the Americans think that the Russians had all these advances on technology that they didn't have at the time. So they kept him on, and he continued fabricating this evidence, and he basically kind of started the Rolling Stone for the Cold War in a way.
And he told these people that there were only 200 years worth of oil left.
Likely story.
My wife told me that the only rocket launch I need to worry about is the rocket that's going to go up my butt if I go to jail the next several hours. So I have to let you guys go and get ready.
All right, John. Good night.
All right. So I'll catch you guys later.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right.
Mike watched John watched the Ted Bundy movie to prepare his own defense. I think he's going to be fine.
Trevor Wright for $20 says, maybe Ethan can explain how an advanced alien species can come to Earth and screw up royally by making a frog cybernetic instead of the intended human. You didn't even think out the scientific theory of your own book, dummy.
That's the $20 we were looking for.
$20.
Thank you. We'll change the subject.
And we got another backer. Ooh. Oh, nice. Beta tester. 739. Very nice. Thank you, Martha. Martha.
Oh, wow. It's going good, man.
It is. Pretty good for an 18-year-old kid.
It's so exciting.
Xevious drops $6.99 Canadian, says, the Big Bang asks us to believe that all matter in the universe appeared suddenly in the size of a pinhead. How is that not also just faith? Yeah, I don't have enough faith to believe in that. Aliens travel all the way across the universe. Crash in Roswell. Lava Gigante says. Rebel Leaf says, I think you should advertise that it's a kid doing this campaign. People will support it more. Kid, advertise your campaign.
Wow. Wrote in there. I disagree with that. Let's talk about that for a minute from a marketing standpoint.
All
right. Does it create...
He just banged him in the head.
Let's talk about being a kid and having a board game. And he's 18. He's not a kid. He's an adult, but he's still young. Does it sell more books because people are like, hey, a kid made this? I mean, not books, games. Yeah. Or does it sell less games because people are like, hey, a kid made this?
It makes them more of a charity case than a
Get away from me, kid. You bother me.
Yeah. Like that's the question. I'm not really sure. It's a toss up. Like I would like to think that, you would never know from that campaign that an 18-year-old made that. True. It looks really professional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Also, Mike GK1 says no. You're advertising that you use child labor, which you really don't need the authorities looking into what's going on over there.
No.
18. We're good. We're good.
Get a mustache on that kid
That's right. It's
pronto.
not child
before you get in
labor.
trouble.
It's slave labor, says Elijah. You've got 10 backers, Elijah. Pretty good. Because it's getting close to 4 o'clock in the morning, and we can't do this all night. Sigby says, that's not what the Big Bang is. The explosion came from a point, like all explosions do. It doesn't say that everything was tiny. What's that guy's name? The evolutionist Dawkins. Richard Dawkins actually says it was nothing, and then nothing exploded and became everything.
He can't he's not the source of all beliefs.
No, he's not. It's just he's like the most prominent evolutionist besides what's that other knucklehead, Neil deGrasse Tyson. But yeah, just the idea that nothing exploded and became everything. If you don't require faith to believe that, then the word faith literally has no meaning. So Bitcoin, am I right? Yes, Lama Gigante, you are right. And let's see how Bitcoin's doing. 11,297. It's gone up another $96 since last we checked. Are you in yet, Ethan? Are you in yet?
Why would I be in when it's going up? I'm not going in yet. I'm waiting for it to sink again.
11,307.
And you just totally discouraged me with the whole $500 thing. I'm not doing that. Why can't I buy a whole one?
I don't know. Maybe if you go through something other than Coinbase, you'd have to do your own research on that. I've just been in it for 2 years, so I have like, I don't know, a $25,000 daily limit or something like that.
Exactly. Gotcha.
So I could roll all in a couple days with that Indiegogo money.
Will B says, EVS, you love Bitcoin. Don't pretend. I'm watching it. I'm enjoying it.
He's warming
It's
up
fun.
to it.
I'm a gambler. All right. The truth is, I really enjoy playing blackjack.
Oh, that's 21.
Yeah. So
Ethan,
I'm watching this.
Ethan, if you go to my link below and you go to the Coinbase and you sign up there and you buy yourself $100 worth of Bitcoin just to watch it, you'll get the bug.
Is there a documentary for that?
Yeah. I don't know.
I if I had the money, I don't even know. I've never invested in any stocks. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. But that seems frightening as hell. But
Matt Hayes for $4.99 says, if Mike lived in the Midwest, he would know that only after 3 years, if you don't clean the leaves from your gutters, it turns into black sludge.
Well, that's true. I live in Tampa. It's like a swamp down here all the time. How come there's no more oil here? God, it sucks.
Yeah, why is the oil in LA? It's a desert.
Mike, it wasn't always a desert.
I know.
Okay.
See, you're still stuck on that old theory, Ethan.
Somebody bought a copy of that game to get us off of oil.
Oh yeah. But then somebody
have to break our oil addiction.
Somebody, Matt Hayes, super chatted to get us back on topic.
Which was the moon landing.
Let's get to the moon landing, Mike. So it was
Stanley Kubrick.
Was it Stanley Kubrick? That's a neat theory, though. That is a neat theory.
Yeah, that's one of the theories. That's one theory.
What was the year of the first moon landing? Was it 68?
69.
69.
So 5 years after was that 5 years or 6 years after it was promised by JFK?
It would have been like JFK probably promised it in 62.
62.
Or was it 63? It might have been 63.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see that, because he promised it, and he was killed. You know, they went all in, and they decided they were going to do it.
Mm. So, is the Van Allen radiation belt real or not?
It's real.
Okay, then how did the astronauts get through it without burning to death?
Because you have to stay in it for a very long time.
Really?
You would have to, you would have to stay in it for a very long time for it to be a problem, and they weren't. They were not in it for a very long time. They moved right through it. You would have to sit in it.
Do you know that for a fact?
You know what else happened in 1968?
I heard scientists talking about. I guess what?
2001: A Space Odyssey.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, they're saying that was practice for the moon landing.
JFK's speech was in 61, says Bogus Fortune. All right, they get another year.
What's the point of even making a rocket ship since we all live in a simulation anyway? We're all just zeros and ones.
Well, the rocket is a simulation.
Well, we're holograms.
We just pretend.
That's right.
That's a boring world, man.
What if one of us is just insane and it's 1940 and we're staring at a notebook in an insane asylum?
What if we're all in
We're talking to people no, I'm on a screen talking to people. They're all over the country.
Wait a minute. What if we lived on small devices in our pockets that we pulled out and talked to little glass screens? And when did phones become glass? How weird is that? Have you ever thought about the danger of that? You sit down on a phone and it cracks. Doesn't that scare anybody to death? I do. Maybe because I'm fat, but that's frightening.
Well, now the Apple, the entire design is glass, the front and back.
Yeah, it's weird. My note is like that. I'm like, gee whiz. And then you have this glass thing. Nobody keeps it like that. Everybody gets a cover for it. Everybody's so frightened they're gonna scratch it or something. Jeez. Oh well. Except my kids. They keep breaking it. Anyway, I digress.
It doesn't have to be glass, by the way, but it makes for a better turnover rate for the companies.
It looks fancy.
It looks good, but if you ever see what NFL players are wearing on their arms when they flip that thing, it's basically a touch screen that can get beaten. It's flexible. You can make phones that are flexible, but why would they? Then none of them would ever break.
Yep.
I'm gonna start talking to some more scientists. We need to solve all these problems.
This is just a theory.
Well,
I like talking to Mike about stuff like this.
Mike, what do you think about glass phone theory?
I'm just curious. I haven't done as much research into this. Van Allen belt consists of highly energetic protons with energy exceeding 30 million electron volts.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, are the kids in the video yours?
Yeah.
Are they in SAG? Do you have the right to film them? What kind of pay?
Equal to the gain energy by electron when electrical potential increased by 1 volt.
Do they know their rights?
Ethan, does your work in comics qualify you for being part of SAG, like as a concept artist?
I don't know. I never thought about it. Are you thinking about it?
Well, I've done some storyboarding and concept arting, and I'm actually qualified. One of the movies I worked on is finally getting distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, but it's expensive though. It's like a couple of stacks just to get in.
What do you get out of it?
You get first rights to new work, usually.
Oh,
that kind of thing. If you're into that, but
I would do it. I would do it. How much is it to get in? Do you know?
Like a couple thousand, at least, or more or less, something like that. That was before when I used to look for that kind of work more often, but
yeah, I don't know. Well,
it's also kind of cool. I got it.
there are a lot of people that do it. Dan Fraga did it for a long time. It leads to other work. We were just talking about him because Dan Fraga used to be a storyboard artist, and he storyboarded the Fantastic Four sequel, the second one. And it led from one thing to the next. Before you knew it, he was the director of the Ricky Gervais show on HBO. And he just kind of bounces around and gets work like that.
Is equal to elementary charge. 10 times the name.
He's still working on it.
Well, I mean, Mike, if you just accept that they went to the moon, then you can figure out pretty quickly that the Van Allen belt doesn't burn people alive when they go through it.
I don't like to blindly accept things.
You watched it happen.
I research them. Oh, I watched it happen?
Yeah, well, didn't you? I mean, you didn't.
I watched Transformers. That doesn't mean I believe that freaking giant robots came from space. You watched a movie. What you watched was a movie.
Wait a second. Transformers science fact, buddy.
Watching something happen on TV is not the same thing as watching something
Mike,
happen.
there's direct evidence, though, that we went. There's evidence.
Says, you guys should watch Curious Droid on YouTube. The guy covers the science behind the moon landing and other stuff. He's not politically. Wait, am I a nerd?
Buzz Aldrin would punch you in your mouth, by the way.
Yeah.
Buzz,
Did you ever see that video of the guy, of him banging that guy, punching that guy who comes up to him and he's like, when will you admit it's a hoax? When will you admit it's a hoax and you're a coward and a liar? And he just belts him. It's like 80-something years old and he punches this guy in the face.
Who's this?
Buzz Aldrin.
I was just thinking about him earlier. I wonder what he has to say about all this stuff.
This guy was like did like an ambush interview on him as he's leaving a hotel. It's like with his daughter. He's like, when are you going to admit this is all a hoax? When are you going to? And he's just trying to ignore him. And he goes, when are you going to admit that you're a coward and a liar? And then he just punches the guy. This is a nice shot. He was pissed. It was like, those guys were like, strapping themselves to a freaking rocket and flying it, and then they got this idiot, 60 years later or something. It was just being like, oh yeah, it was all a hoax. Not 60 years, so 50 years.
The Challenger one again.
What's that?
The Challenger conspiracy?
That didn't blow up?
No, that the people who quote unquote died in the Challenger are still alive today.
Yeah, that's what J. Abrams said for Lost.
What?
A different island.
What?
Every plane crash is just another island that the people are living on. Challenger on another island and Lost. It's my Lost theory.
Oh, I see. It's a very small island since there's only 7 people on it.
Did anybody here watch Stranger Things at all?
Not yet. Don't spoil
It
nothing.
just came out today.
Don't spoil
No, I already saw the whole season.
Oh my gosh.
Why didn't you go outside today? It was the 4th of July.
Oh, it was hot, and I wanted to see that. Well, I started to watch Jaws. That's my usual 4th of July viewing. But then that came out. I was like, oh man.
You start yelling shark on the 4th of July weekend. We got a panic on our hands.
That's such a good movie.
You say barracuda, they go, huh? What?
Yeah.
You start yelling shark.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I like the mayor. He's a bottom line kind of guy. He's like, come on.
But it kind of ties into some of the conversation. It's fun. It's good.
Is it illegal to pretend to be a shark at a public beach?
I don't know.
You'll probably get like a disturbing piece.
Vasin Kasi says I missed his super chat.
We have a problem up in the Northeast now. Well, Cape Cod, really, because there's so many. There's already been 11 great white sightings on beaches.
Oh yeah.
Trying to read a super chat here.
Because all the stupid environmentalists up there put huge protected areas for the seals. And
Cecil is such a Republican all of a sudden.
Well, no, I've always I'm not. Listen. Hating sharks crosses both parties.
Yeah.
But I just hate when someone's like, "We're helping," and it's like, no, you're building a sanctuary for seals, and it butts against a public beach.
Oh, dude, we
Now
have a
the-
beach here in San Diego, the La Jolla Children's Pool. It's called, right? Because they built this little enclave. It's right at the end of Prospect Street where Wildstorm used to be, and they built it so that children, because in La Jolla there's like no really great beaches. It's all like right up to the cliffs and all this kind of crap. So they built this nice, safe area for children to come and play on the beach, and then the seals started coming and taking over, and then the environmentalists all tried to claim it for the seals. Mm-hmm. It's like, I went down there one time and I crossed the super environmentalist line. She started yelling at me. She's like, "What are they supposed to do?" I go, "You see those flat rocks over there?" Because they're like 50 yards away. I'm like, that's where the seals used to go lay down and hang out all day until you idiots started letting them take over this freaking thing that they spent like $40 million building.
Is that the one that's next to the other little beach?
Stupid seals.
Yeah, but the seal population is blown up in Cape Cod. So now all of the great whites are coming back. It's becoming part of their routine, and at huge numbers.
Circle of life.
Yep, someone's gonna get it. I think someone got eaten last year. A guy got eaten in Cape Cod.
A whole. That's terrible.
But it's gonna. I mean, it's July 4th. They've already had. Yeah, I saw an article today. It was 11 sightings, and they're huge. The ones that come up in the Northeast are big. They're not juvenile. So it's
That'd
gonna. And everybody has those little drones.
Fire Dragon says, in Canada, we try to keep the seal population down with clubs.
That's right. See, that would be good comic book news. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, we got, so-and-so's got this new book coming out. Man. No, I would rather read, like, this dude who, was eaten by a shark. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good way to go. Eaten by a shark.
That's the worst way to go.
But yeah, but people talk about it. Like, it's good press,
I'll take my heart attack. Thank you very much.
I don't know about that.
Give it a couple days. It's happening.
Eaten by a shark. I was attacked by a bear, and it made the news in Wizard Magazine.
Wait, what?
It's true. I was mauled by a bear back in 2001.
Was this in a Minneapolis airport bathroom?
No, it was upstate New York. It was outside of my house. A bear was eating my garbage. It was pitch black. A bear attacked me, charged me, knocked me down.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, is that true?
It is true, and it made the news. It was and I was like, this is the kind of news that like comics needs to have. It's like Ethan Van Sciver attacked by a bear. It's like, no, Dan Fraga attacked by a shark. That'd be better. Kelsey Shannon is not a bear. I agree.
We can manufacture that.
Yeah. Let people know. Leak it out the Bleeding Cool.
Yeah.
I have a Dan Fraga sketch of Green Goblin.
Really?
Fraga boom.
That guy used to leave answer machine messages that were so funny.
He's probably up. He's East Coast. He goes to bed early. Maybe I should.
Yeah. I'd go home. I'd turn on my answer machine like Dan called. This is in the 90s, and I'd be like, beep, tick, tock, tick it to an error. I'm talking about the funk. When I look into the mirror, I got the what? Make it a mirror. The mirror on the wall. I'm talking to the greatest answer machine of them all. Leave your name, your number, and your message too. So listen up. This is what you're gonna do. You gotta wait for the beat. And I'd be like, God, hey, it's Dan. Call me back. That was like every single time it was some new like Dan rapping like Vanilla Ice into my answer machine.
Yeah.
God, he was cool.
Do you watch his are you following him on Twitter?
No.
Oh, dude, he does freestyle raps on Twitter all the time. Is it
No
Twitter or
way.
Facebook? Maybe Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
do it on
does
Instagram
freestyle
a lot.
raps all the time. It's so just in the car.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One of the most colorful comic book artists. Most comic book artists are a drag. I mean, they're really boring. Dan was always so much fun. He was always so funny. Really
Gosh,
love
Ethan,
that dude.
I'm working on it, Ethan. Gosh.
No, but I mean, look at the drink and draw show. You know what I mean? It's
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
Oh, man.
Dude, they had
so
like 25 people. They were an hour into the show. They've got Joe freaking Quesada, one of the most
like that
powerful
should be
men
it,
in
right?
comics, and they've got 25 people watching.
If we had Joe Quesada on any one of our shows,
Yeah.
it would be huge, dude. It would be,
Yeah.
you know, for us, it would be big. Not for Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta gets like 8,000 people. I bet I could get 3,000, maybe even 4,000 people if Joe Quesada was on my show.
Yeah. Unrelated Como, we're talking about Dan Fraga. Fraga, apparently.
Frega boom.
Oops. I just copied and pasted a number that doesn't mean anything to anyone. Where's that Kickstarter?
That's where Bitcoin is right now.
Oh, that's
$1.60.
is that your password to get into your Bitcoin account?
Yeah.
Great Scott.
What the hell was I copying? 1.6021. What was that?
That's how old the Earth is, Mike.
I don't
Deal
remember
with
what I
it.
was copying.
One of these days we're gonna get into his Bitcoin account. It's gonna like that bank, that empty bank room in the Dark Knight. Like what the? Oh man, Michael, you should have stuck.
Dude,
Wait, how many shares did Ben say he had the other night? Was it 200 or 50?
I think it was 50, and he sold them at 200 each.
No, you got it wrong.
I did.
Because he got it at 25 cents each and he sold it at $2. And I think it was 200.
Who's this?
Oh,
Ben.
Ben Henderson.
Oh,
Hennessy Henderson.
Ben Henderson. Hennessy Henderson. I'm getting tired.
yeah. I'm gonna take a nap.
Elliot
It's 7
messaged me
o'clock
an
in the
hour
morning,
ago
too.
and said, "Are you still going?"
Mike, well,
Wait, what? Huh?
I said, is 7 a.m. too late to take NyQuil or can I still get a full night in?
Shouldn't you be getting up? Oh no, you're on vacation.
I'm on vacation. I'm supposed to go on a boat at noon today. I'm going to go
I
back
gotta get some sleep.
Yeah, it's.
rain or something. I won't have to go.
I think it's about time to wrap this up. Ethan, are you just getting up? Are you?
Yeah. No. I've been awake all night.
Oh, all right. Alrighty then. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks everybody who picked up Masters of Mayhem. Let's play that commercial one more time before we leave.
Are you getting tired of peaceful game nights? Is having fun with friends and family getting boring? Well, spice it up with wildfires, earthquakes, and/or zombie apocalypses in the new game, Masters of Mayhem. Masters of Mayhem is a tile-laying game in which your goal is to completely decimate your friends. How do you do that, you may ask? The answer is really quite simple. By causing destruction with natural and unnatural disasters alike. Here's how you play the game. Every player gets 3 destruction cards and 1 city tile. Everyone puts down their tiles adjacent to each other and places 5,000 people on their own cities. Then every player rolls to see who gets to go first. Jimmy gets to go first. Jimmy can either play a card or skip his turn. Look, Jimmy's chose to curse his best friend with a plague. Once everyone has had a turn, a new round begins. Every populated city increases by 1,000 people, and every player gets a tile and a card. Once all this is done, a new round begins. This continues until everyone is dead, but one color, and there is one Master of Mayhem. Abduct your friends, start civil wars. It's chaos for the whole family. Say goodbye to board games that take hours to play and get Masters of Mayhem. You can support this game by purchasing a copy for $60. Or if you want to help develop it, you can become a beta tester and get unique cards that won't be in the game for only $140. Start the apocalypse today. Masters of Mayhem is not responsible for any mass genocides, racist behavior, alien invasions, global pandemics, radical uprisings, mass evacuations, firstborn deaths, and or limbs lost during gameplay.
Well, it's a great commercial, Mike. You guys did a really good job.
That's all him, man. 16% funded. We just got another backer.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Xevious did the animation and got the voice actor, and Elijah did all the editing and writing and all that stuff. So
I would love to work with ZVS because it would be ZVS and EVS, and it would be a good team. But he doesn't want to work with me.
Mr. Dead in his pocket says, "Nah, Mike, I'll just kill my wife the good old-fashioned way." Alrighty then. That's an odd note to end this on, but thanks everyone for being here. Shout out to everyone. Cecil, how can people follow you?
I mean, easily. I don't walk fast. Let's see. Where am I? Cecil says on YouTube. I forgot what I call myself now.
Ethan. All right, everyone knows how to follow Ethan.
Comic Artist Pro
Ethan
Secrets.
left. Comic Artist Pro Secrets for Ethan. Elliot.
You can find me on Instagram under Elliot Fernandez _art. And when you're not backing my project on Indiegogo called Doom Kicker, you should back Masters of Mayhem over on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Act now.
Kyunglee.
Kyunglee.com. Check out Tales from the Stacks and the Case of the Littlest Umbrella.
Awesome. And this is Blacklist Universe 2. Like and subscribe. And hit that bell for notifications. Ethan is in the chat saying, had to run, family calling. We love you, brother. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We will see you in 8 short hours. Good day.
Aloha.
Good night, guys. Or good morning.
Aloha.